Ricky Daly gets the call. The first game on the brand new turf at Lisbon. We'll see if the Blue Devils can make it happen. And Ty Bartell over to Waterloo as they take on United. So there you have it. That's a look at the games around. What we like to do on the Audible call, they'll yell out game numbers. We'll get to those games. We'll try to get as many scores as you can, but we want you to hear our announcers. And just a reminder, all the regular season is free here on YSN. You can watch your favorite team. If it happens to be Boardman, you might want to just go on that game. But if not, you go to the Canfield game. You can float around all night, no big deal. When we get to the playoffs, each night of the playoffs, it's $9.99. You get to watch whatever game you want. So we've got some action on. The guys are kind of quiet here. Mike, we're allowed to be noisy in here, fellas.
Mike, let's go to the Lisbon game real quick.
All right, let's go. Let's check out that new turf.
Got Rick Daly on the call there.
Trying to.
The Lisbon one.
Send Brian a message.
There we go. Hang on. Do we have audio now? Audio bars are moving. Hey, I think we have audio now. We've been talking this whole time, and nobody could hear us. So it was a quick little warm-up. Austin Daly with a big run gets Lisbon down on the verge of the red zone here. Need to come back a little bit. Yep. Oh, there we go. Sifke drops to pass. Looks. Fires. Incomplete. Broken up in the end zone.
Pass was intended for Lisbon's number 25, Mark Moore, falls incomplete.
So that pass incomplete to Mark Moore.
I couldn't tell if a defender got his hands in there or did he just drop that one.
It's hard to say. I couldn't tell from this angle. It looks like he may have had a step on the defender, but hearing footsteps might have affected his concentration a little bit. I'm not sure. It's going to bring up a third down and long here, though.
Hand up to him. Line up the middle. Into the end zone. That's
spread him out here. Got 3 on the right.
Made a quick switch. Beaver Local on the board as they jump out to the early lead against Indian Valley. They're lining up for the extra point. We can also tell you that JFK, a pick 6 by Devontae Taylor, missed the extra point. They're up 6-0. And it looks like Lisbon going a little backwards here after they had great field position.
Looks like Trevor just threw an interception there, Mike.
Okay.
So we'll try to flip to a different one here.
All right, we'll just keep switching. That's what we like to do. We will get as many games on as we can for you. We will hit every game throughout the night. As the games become maybe in the decided fashion, then we like to stick to our games that are going right down to the wire. That's just the way we roll here. We'll see how Jefferson does against Grand Valley. And we're going ahead already. Streetsboro, the Rockets.
Let's listen in on Matt here.
All right.
Of what Streetsboro's given you and what your town has been able to do. Pass off number 39 there for Gerard. He's going to go in for the touchdown. Gerard.
Touchdown, just like that. So another one on the board. Got a few scores for you already. Anthony, you keeping track of touchdowns? That's 3.
It's 3.
Yeah. I like it. I like the
going for the extra point.
Striping of Lisbon.
Not too far there at the 10-yard line.
Dark light.
Ortiz is going to
No
be the
score early from West Branch.
Number 5.
Field.
Yeah, Don Riccatelli here for the Boardman Mooney game, Mike. If you want to listen in on him for a little
let's
bit.
go to Donnie.
Deep for Cardinal Mooney is number 2, Cameron Sweeney, a 6'1" senior.
Ball at the 18, 1st and 10 coming up here. See what Lisbon's got in store. So far, they've been running predominantly out of that gun set. Different alignments, but Sifke spending a lot of time back there. Now he's going to have double box car. Nobody out here covering this outside receiver. Sifke sees it, hands it off.
For a touchdown for the Rockets. A 27-yard completion. Vinny Ballone to Matt Lucido for a Rocket touchdown.
Mike, looks like we just got another touchdown here.
All right.
We got Lowville just punched in on Columbiana.
They're going to be a fun team to watch this year. We thought this game could maybe
Pass was only, it was a
tough
quick
one,
hitter.
but I
Lucido
thought
right out in the left flat.
alone, man. This could be his big season for him. We head back from there to Lisbon.
You can listen in on Rick Daly a little bit.
Okay.
I believe he's with Noah Doty also.
Sifke looks, Prey Bloke, and no, he's going to break some tackles, get down past the 10.
Inside the 10 near the first down marker.
It's going to be 3rd and short.
Pickup is good enough.
No, they're going to give him the first down. Okay. Good run in there by Sifke.
And those are great yards after contact, too, that he's picking.
Takes the early lead on a Jack Carney touchdown. Well, the first
Richie just
pass
commented
is
on this one. It was
unsuccessful.
Jack Kearney scoring for Western Reserve there, Mike.
Okay. So another touchdown. We can tell you United has an early
Jack
7-0.
Carney with a pick six.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Daly in motion. He's going to take the jet sweep,
Najee
turn it
Howard,
up.
14-yard touchdown run. Struthers has the early 6-0 lead over Aquinas. Hubbard also on the board first. They lead East. Ben Wilcox, 50-yard touchdown run. There's another one for you.
It's another JFK touchdown, Mike.
Just like that, JFK strikes again. Yeah, let's listen on that. We'll just keep moving around.
Here you go, Sifke going to go. We're going to go 4 wide, 2 on each side. Spread them out now. What are you thinking? Quick slants here, maybe? Stoffer gets a nice block. The official goes down.
Right, right.
And Wyndham's acting like they recovered a fumble.
Yeah, Wyndham's acting like it's a fumble. The official looks like he's hurt. Yeah, he got waylaid, wiped out, but I don't know. So we will step away here while they check on him. We'll be right back.
The freshman, standing 5'9", 165 pounds. And the Braves knocking on the door of the Beaver Local Red Zone. Indian Valley, I formation. Carter takes the snap. Hand off to Kinsey. Kinsey is met. Nice job right there of shooting the gaps by the Beaver Local defense. And it looked like that stop may have been made by Kane Curran. 2nd down and 10 upcoming here for Indian Valley. Saw this quite a few times last season. The Beaver Local defense standing strong in the red zone, forcing field goals and 4th down attempts.
Looks like they did rule a touchdown in Lisbon. We cut away from that when they were sorting some things out, but they're going for the PAT try now.
McDonald's on the move against Southern Local. No score in that game. DJ has the call on that one.
The defensive and offensive line for the Beavers, and that gain goes for
Cock in the pistol here. He's going to hand it right. Oh, no, he's going to keep it. Oh, no, it's an option, and he gives it to number 1. That's Cage. There it is. Cage Bozar. I call him NASCAR because that man is fast.
There you go. Yeah, I mean,
Another touchdown just like that. Team's starting to pop them in left and right. Beaver Local.
Looks like Indian Valley's inside the 10.
Yeah, they're moving on them, trying to answer that Beaver Local score.
A little
from
bubble
early in the
screen
game.
got to the corner. He's in there too, Mike.
There it is. Another score.
Go to Valley
Back out
Christian
to
out there.
Camel.
A lot of penalties last year. It would be nice to keep that down. Some of those hurt them in the playoff game against Cuyahoga Heights. But here we go.
And penalties before the snap. False start going down on Valley Christian. Their second penalty of the game here is the Campbell crowd in front of us. Gets loud and proud for their Red Devils as that will push Valley out of the red zone yet again and makes it a long 3rd and 7.
It's time.
We'll see what they decide to do here. Ball on the 32-yard line. It would be a 49-yard field goal attempt from here. And it looks like they have Vaughn back deep. to potentially punt. We'll see if they go through with that here or if there will be a fake. I'm sure Foothill has to be expecting something. It is a fake. Throw out to Dan Evans, a third on the far side. He has enough for the first down. Coach TJ Parker taking a risky play early on out of the book, and Fitch capitalizes. That'll be enough for a first down. Gutsy play right there. Threw it out to Evans in the flat. He made a couple moves and got about 3 yards more than he needed. Ball now on the Foothill 23-yard line. 5 minutes, 14 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Clock is running. Deshaun Vaughn in the gun. Joined by DJ Williams. Is he going to drop back? Looking for the end zone. Has the man. Incomplete. Nice pass.
Left side. On to the Wildcat again. Down to the 10. Coming down to the sideline. Breaks another. Dives to the end zone. But no. They're going to say he stepped out at the 3-yard line as he tried to dive, but came
Great
up
effort.
just short. Did get the first down on a pickup of 11.
Man, look at what this kid turned into, man. Woo! He was great last
piece in
year.
the offense last year, but quiet at times.
Quiet.
Now they're putting him in here as their leader on this offensive side, and you love
Unbelievable.
to see it.
Yeah.
And Matt, at this point, right, first and 3 from
Touchdown. DJ Williams takes the pass from Deshaun Vaughn, and he takes it 23 yards to the house.
under center as they bring Tyree Washington in as the deep back I formation, going 2 fullbacks on the play, and they will give it to the up man. I believe it might have been Mixon, but this time, no, hold on.
Touchdown there by Valley Christian there on the board. We showed you a Fitch touchdown, but boy, you got to check out that one lineman from Foothill. Holy cow. Yeah, and he's got Division I offers. Arizona State's one of them. UNLV's another, but that's a game you're going to want to check out throughout the evening, folks. That is big. McDonald with a 2-yard touchdown run has the early lead. James Hipple getting the score.
Columbiana 4.
Looks like
There's
Steubenville
a
just scored there.
Steubenville, Big Red. You know the horse is going off right now.
Oh, you better zoom in on that horse. There you go.
Smoke and everything. The eyes light up. And
is there a better place to play?
It's a great place to watch a game, but I don't know if a lot of people know this. Behind the visiting grandstands, do you know what's behind it?
Trying to think. Last time I was there, wasn't it just a giant hill?
It's a graveyard.
Oh.
It's where they bury
got a big
opponents.
run or something
Whoa,
here, Mike, too.
Lowville, the Rockets have launched. Wow, just like that, they're out to a 2-score lead. Guys thought that would be close when we were on the Power Hour today doing our picks. Keep moving. Lots of action happening everywhere. We like it.
Looks like Hubbard's about to punch one in on East here too, Mike.
You know, they were talking, they said Hubbard struggled during the preseason during their scrimmage games, Quinn, but boy, right now they look pretty well-oiled machine like always.
Yeah, I mean, they got to replace some pieces from last year, like Caffey and stuff like that. But, I mean, Hubbard's one of those schools, you know, they've gone through it so many times over the past few years where I'm not going to doubt it.
Yeah. I just know they're going to retool because that's what they do. Still no score in the West Branch Canfield game. Kind of like a chess match at this point. Western Reserve with the early 7-0 lead on Liberty. So we'll head out to Hubbard. We'll take a listen to David Williams and Jamie Thompson.
I mean, those are their two go-to players.
Give to Wilcox and no room to run right there. Once more, Jawan Littles meeting Benny Wilcox in the backfield. Along with them was Jameel Blake. Loss of about 1 or 2 there, so it'll be 2nd down and goal from outside of the 10-yard line. Osmihalis will be subbed off for Royal McConaughey.
Youngstown East starting to get some penetration now on this defensive front. Really stacking everybody down. Geez, I would say that almost everybody's in the box. You've got at least 9 guys outside those 2 corners. McConaughey coming across in motion. McConaughey nowhere to go. Brought down just shy of the line of scrimmage. With 3rd down and goal, we'll see if the Eagles elect to put the ball in the air this time. Osmahalis coming back in.
I mean, I know I keep talking about that, the sheer size compared to Hubbard, but I mean, that line is a wall. It looks like Hubbard is having a hard time getting through.
There's kind of different ways to almost go about it, right? I mean, these bigger guys, not all the time are they kind of, getting through, but they're at least filling up space. That was kind of one of the big things that you see from this Youngstown East team is that they are absolutely massive. So at the very least, you're just putting everything on the guy in front of you, and you're moving him back. Hendricks, a lot of pressure in his face. He's going to have to tuck that one and take his lumps. First sack of the season for the Youngstown East Golden Bears, and it was a group of them.
Yeah, Palmer has it, and he gets stopped, maybe about a yard short. They're going to get the 3rd down.
Try to make one guy miss.
Short year, so 3-1 on that 3-and-goal. No, they're going to say he's 2 yards short there, only a gain of 1. Well, either way, still very close. Let's see what they've got up their pocket this time around. The back Bengal has it, and he's just going to try and take it himself. Goes the long way, and he's into the end zone. Another touchdown.
Touchdown there up at Streetsboro. Gerard getting on the board pending the extra point. We could have a tie game. Can tell you that Struthers has jumped out to a 14-0 lead.
Looks
Beaver
like
local.
Liverpool's about to punch one in here too.
Hubbard goes for field goal, misses it, so it's
Still 7-0.
That's a touchdown right there, Mike, for Liverpool.
There we go. East Liverpool's on the board.
Wyndham also scored against Lisbon, so that one's tied as well.
Valley Christian went for 2. They made that 8-0.
Looks like we got our first look here at Palestine this
right.
year, Mike. You want to listen in on Figley's?
Yeah, let's take a listen in here.
Is on the Bulldogs getting a drive going. 3:42 to go. 1st and 10 for the Dogs. Yuri Alchi in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Here comes the blitz. Way in the backfield. Bad loss for the Bulldogs. Just brought the all-out blitz, and Yuri Alchi had nowhere to go. Big loss for the Dogs. So just as they're getting it going.
3rd and 4. Guido all by himself in the pistol. He's got Sergenovic, Clancy, and not sure who else on the right. The ball is to Clancy, and it is read perfectly by Vinny Ballone from his safety position. Almost a pick for Ballone. Clancy open early. Probably delivered just a little bit late, and Ballone read it perfectly. Fortunately, the Clips dodged a bullet there, and they will now be punting on a 4th and 4 from their 42-yard line. 4 minutes, 31 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Number 3, Brady Benoski return.
Clips in punt formation. And the punt hits at the 35 of the Rockets. Dabney gets out of the way. Excuse me, that's not Dabney, that's Dubose gets out of the way.
Rockets will take over on the 32-yard line.
And the Clips down it on the Rocket 32, where they'll take over. That was Spencer Pruitt on the kick or the punt for the Clippers. So Vinny Ballone and the Rockets, who have had 2 drives and 2 touchdown passes so far tonight, excuse me, will now take over on their own 32-yard line. So far, the Clips have struggled to get anything going both offensively and defensively. But it's still early. And a big play here, turning around pretty quick for the Clips. So Ballone in the pistol for the Rockets. He will take the ball, and he turns and hands it. That's a nice run for Gino Perry. He breaks a couple tackles, and Gino's off to the races. He's over the 50, the 45, the 40, 35, and finally driven out of bounds by Caleb Buhite of the Clippers. But just a huge run for Gino Perry, whose father was a Lowellville legend here.
And have more options defensively. Talked about what Waterloo's focuses was in the offseason, and Coach Levise just talked about building toughness over the summer. Numbers were up. Weight room participation was up as well for the Vikings. Mentioned a lot of those guys returning on the offensive line. Decent amount of them play both ways too, so you get them back on the defensive line as well. Courtney, 2nd down and 10, gets it, rolls out, and getting pressured by the Vikings quarterback keeper as he gets tapped.
And Andahar remains at quarterback for the Spartans.
Little fake reverse back to Ortiz. Nothing working in the middle.
No. Neither of these teams having any success running the ball up the middle at all.
Spartans. Multiple Cardinal Mooney
They're gonna have
defenders
to
right
use
there
that.
to make the stop.
Gonna have to try to attack the
Led
edge.
by William Desmond. Brings up 2nd and 11.
He's going to go handoff, trying to find some running room. Has it, looking, trying to find that end zone is Perfetto. And he's going to come up short of the 1st down.
I mean, that's a great 3rd down if you're going to go for 4th. If you're going to stick for, I mean, I'm sure they wanted the 1st down or in the end zone. Sure, no problem. But I mean, if you're going to get a 3rd down run and you're that far back, I mean, I'm not upset about that by any means.
10-20 and ticking away here in quarter number 2. I want to thank our sponsors down the bottom right-hand corner of your screen who making this possible for you here this evening absolutely free. Handoff, left side, Morris into the end zone, touchdown Southern Local.
This is a nice one cut, had all the wiggle room he needed to go outside.
Southern Local draws within a point of McDonald. DJ Yoakley on the call down there at the Wigwam Stadium. Get some pretty good games going on. West Branch has jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Just a reminder, folks, all games are free here on YSN during the regular season. You can watch your favorite team or you can do like we do. We just float from game to game to game. And a reminder, thank you to our sponsor, WRS Wealth Advisors. They make this all possible for you on Friday nights, week 1 of the season. And it'll go fast. And there's a little 2-point conversion. Was it good?
Yeah, that was definitely good.
All right, so it's 8-7. The Rockets, or excuse me, the Indians. We go back to Hubbard, still with a 7-0 lead on East. Missed field goal on their second opportunity. And Indian Valley, after a 37-yard touchdown run, has taken the lead 10-7 against Beaver Local.
Untouched into the end zone for the score. 53 yards out. And the Eagles with a 2-score lead.
Beautiful run by.
And just like that, Hubbard with another touchdown to make it a 2-touchdown lead over East. East Palestine on the move. We'll head over there. They're inside the 20. Let's take a listen in there.
It's a big difference maker, and it's shown so far here in the first.
Last 45 seconds here of the first quarter. Dogs get a playoff. Here comes the blitz. Pass complete across the middle to Shane Richardson to about the 10-yard line. Gain of about 6 yards on the play. Hey,
we'll take
that's perfect.
It is.
That's all you need.
Shane playing a little more like that tight end, that interior position.
Yep.
Going out to catch the ball.
Find the zone and just sit down in it and let Uriachi distribute. And that's what they'll do. Bulldogs trail 6-0 at the end of the first quarter here as the final second.
The pistol, and we're going to stop the play. Whistle blows. And Braylon Dabney comes out of the game. Might be an equipment issue. Michael Balone now into the game. You got Lascenti wide to the right, Balone in the slot to the right. Perry to Balone's left in the backfield, Banofsky in the slot on the left. And it looks like Lacido wide to the left. Here's Balone on fourth down, looking. He's being chased by Hartley, and he escapes Hartley, and he is going to be in. Let's see, did he make it in? Yes, he made it in the end zone, a touchdown, a great run for Vinny Balone. Kean Hartley had a shot at him initially, and then I'm not sure. Balone just kind of pulled away from Kean, and there really was no one else on.
Well, it's been all Lowville and the Vinny Balone show up there in Rocketown tonight. They have just pumped in another one, and just like that, they're looking to make it a 3-score lead. And from there, Western Reserve, Liberty, and the Leopards on the board with a nice touchdown run. Pending the PAT, it should be a 7-7 game. Keep moving around here. Good action going on. First quarter has ended. We can tell you that Hubbard with a 14-0 lead on East.
Same with Girard and Streetsboro into the second, 14-0.
Girard with a 14-0 lead over Streetsboro going into the second. And they're definitely hoping that is not a repeat of last year, Quinn. Do you remember Girard jumped out early on them, and then it became the rocket show after that?
Yeah, definitely. I remember that game. Let's listen into the Figley brothers on this one, Mike.
Okay.
First down, Bulldogs! Wow, what a run by Owen Uriauchi. Looked to the outside first, didn't see anything, kept it himself and said, I'll take it. I'll get us the first down.
He's a hard runner, isn't he?
He sure is.
Really, he's not easily taken down after the first hit. I mean, he takes that hit, keeps on running. And we got something in the middle of the field. But
hand off to Jesse Larry, right up the middle. Dives for the goal line. Looks like he's just shy. That'll bring up 2nd and inches. So the Bulldogs knocking on the door here, trying to punch it into the promised land.
Good run by Lip there.
Bulldogs up to the line quick. Look for a quarterback keeper here.
Yep.
There it is. Owen Uriauchi gets across the line. Touchdown!
All he had to do was get his nose over there.
Bulldogs! Uriauchi with the quarterback keeper follows his line in. And that's 6 for the Dogs.
We'll have it 2nd down and 11 at the Boardman 47-yard line.
Going for the soccer team. Tickets are $6 for $5.
Handoff and very little running room right there for Noah Thomas.
Makes it a 3rd and long situation. Ortiz still out of the game.
Thomas on the carry
for
for
Boardman,
the
so
Taken down
still
by
some good
Caleb
penetration
Parker
by the
of Spartans
defense.
The one thing that has been very positive for this Boardman defense is the pass rush thus far.
Absolutely.
O'Brien has been under tremendous pressure all night long, and the defensive staff of Boardman's got to feel good about that. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Cardinals. Just underway here in the second quarter from Mineral Ridge, the Easy Whitaker Field here at Joe Lane Stadium. Nice facility here in Trumbull County. O'Brien straight back. It's going to be a screen pass. And not enough for the first down is Noah Thomas. He'll be taken out of bounds on the far side of the field. And it's going to be 4th and 7. A decision time for Coach Polini at the 42-yard line.
4th and 6.
I mean, neither team's moving the ball all that well.
Boston Molinex, one of the players on defense to help take down the Cardinal running back, Morazano. And it is a big 3rd down and 1 here. You'd have to imagine this potentially would be a Lowry keeper, and it will be. Nice fake there by Brock Lowry. He's got it, and Brock Lowry has a chance to go all the way. Touchdown, Cardinals. Brock Lowry, big time run. And that's going to be a Campfield Cardinal touchdown. So Brock Lowry, what a nice job there. Waited and waited and waited to finally pull the ball.
38, and they've got it back. They're going to try and push it in themselves, and there he is into the touchdown. Streetsboro makes it 13-6. How about that? Doing exactly what they need to do to get in there, figuring things out, and they really found the exact play that they needed.
That's it. Streetsboro gave Girard a golden opportunity in the first. Girard did the same just now, and Streetsboro took advantage of it.
And here we go. The kick is up. It's in. It's definitely good. We'll go ahead and make that 14.
Big Cyrus Wright checking out for the Leopards. So bring in, looks like, who'd they bring in there? We're shifting down now. We got a lot of motion going on here, Johnny, and trying to run a stunt.
Doherty.
Big, and Hill's going to connect that time, number 17, and he will pick up the first down. That's about a
Chase Kernan.
Very long quarter. All right, here we go. Comes the jet. No, quarterback keeper. Colvin running it down. Oh, and the quarterback goes down. He might be hurt. Yes, he is. That's a non-contact there. That's going to bring the end of the first quarter. Score tied at 6. We will be back here in a minute with the start of quarter number 2.
When looking for home design inspiration.
On his back and forced him to kind of hurry that throw a little bit offline and forces a second down.
tough throw there, John, running right for a left-hander.
Very much so.
You know about that.
I used to know a long time ago. But, yeah, Peyton Hill did a really good job of trying to turn his shoulders and make that throw.
They're going power eye here. They're going to go eye set. They got to back somebody up there. He's way – there you go. So Hill.
Isaac Hill wants to get to that end zone a little prematurely here.
So we're going to hand off there again. That is number 20, I believe. 24.
24.
It's his first carry of the night.
Xavier Folks.
Oh, no, that's he carried earlier.
Yep.
So Folks on the carry there.
Davide on the tackle.
Who was I talking? Were we talking about this the other day, John, where Reno said he had 30 to 32 guys on offense? Were we talking about that?
I was not a part.
Welcome back. The Audible Call. We're just floating game to game, letting you see all the action that's going on. What we're going to do right now, we got to pay some bills. So we're going to take our first break of the evening. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Welcome back to the Audible Call. I was checking out some scores, as always, trying to find out everything that's going on. From there, we're going to head back to Southern Local. We want to show you a play from there. This one going to give the Indians a bigger advantage over McDonald. From 16 yards out, they're going to punch this one in. And on the touchdown, it was, give me 1 second, Wyatt Morris. So that made it 14-7 at that point. From there, we'll keep moving around game to game to game for you. That's how we like to do it. Still no score second quarter for Cardinal Mooney and Boardman. Can tell you this, United already up 2 scores. They just recovered a fumble, so they're back in business against Waterloo. And Hubbard driving against East again, looking to make that a 3-score game.
His legs more than he did last season.
Absolutely, and this was a true showcase of hopefully what's to come of this season. I mean, Nick there, give him an inch, he'll take a yard.
I like it. That's 12 inches. No, it's not. That's a foot.
That's a foot.
It's 36 inches.
Right? I don't know.
Anyways, there goes Xander Owens. Owens up the sideline into the end zone for the score. Owens punches it in from the 25-yard line. Hubbard, their 3rd scorer of the ball game. Boy, just like that.
17's going to run quarterback here. Here we go. Made another change. Okay. Under center. Takes it. Looks. Floats it up. Sifke. Pass incomplete. Nice job, Sifke. So they tried a little fade route into the end zone. No good. And Lisbon will go back on offense. Now Lisbon's got a long field here. They're going to start at the 17-yard line. Yep. This is where you need, like, for offensively for Lisbon, you get like a big play here, 50-yard run, 50-yard pass, something like that. You energize the sidelines. You energize the fan base. I mean, you just swing that momentum right back into your favor.
Absolutely. Lisbon's hurting right now, losing their quarterback. This could be a chance to change the momentum right here.
Absolutely. Sifke going to be in the gun. What do we got? Takes a snap. Hands off. Colvin is going to run right up the gut here. Push the pile. Almost to the 25 or what, to the 22. So give him 5. Good run, Hayden Colvin.
Unsportsmanlike United.
An unsportsmanlike conduct on the Eagles. That's going to be.
And Sifke, single back with him in the gun. Colvin is going to hand it off to him again. Colvin going to get around the left side. He's got some blocking, breaking some tackles, runs into his own guy, but out over the 30, and that's going to be enough to move the sticks. Lisbon first down. Awesome. Lisbon going to go a little up-tempo here. You think another handoff to Colvin coming? Or you think this is where they fake it and Sifke looks to throw? Nope. Colvin again.
Colvin again up the middle.
Another 5 yards. Here's the thing. Run until they stop it, right?
And they're just keeping that tempo going, too. Not necessarily no huddle, but just fast.
Yep, they're speeding it up a little bit. 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, whatever you want to call it.
I think maybe we see a different play right here.
I don't know. Same formation, same exact set. And again, Colvin going to run. He's going to drive the pile, and he's going to get close. He's going to be about a yard short. Going to be about a yard short to the first. So do you run the same play again?
Pick up good enough for a Blue Devil.
No, they got the first down. Okay.
I think you do run the same play.
Williams will be to the left of Vaughn. Dan Evans coming in motion. It's going to be a handoff to DJ Williams, and he has some space across the 30, 20. He is gone. Touchdown, DJ Williams. His second here of the first half. 46-yard touchdown run in Austintown. Fitch will extend the lead out to 2 scores.
Thought this might be a barn burner up in Fitch, and right now it's not disappointing, but the Falcons have opened up a double-digit lead. Nice touchdown run there as they have gone up in this one. DJ Williams, that was a 43-yard score, so they now lead by 11. JFK has gone up 21-0 with 6 minutes to go in the first half. The touchdown there, Ambrose Hoso walked in from 2 yards out. So more scores coming as we keep you moving throughout the evening around here. Xander Owens had a 25-yard touchdown run for Hubbard. 2-point conversion made it 20-0. So moving around, we got scores coming and going, and 14-7. Second quarter, Western Reserve leads Liberty. It's a couple of games we got on here that we're watching. Cricket now kind of chirping behind me a little bit, as always. East Liverpool, Minerva. Well, let's go down there and take a listen to our guys at that game.
As East Liverpool front four pushing this Minerva line back for the last couple of possessions. Now's a good time for it as well, as it's 2nd and 10 at the Minerva 3, as we're under 5 minutes to go. Dietrich breaks the huddle. He's under center.
Oh, I think he dropped it.
And that ball's thrown by the running back.
Now,
and that's
that
counts as a 4 pass, and that's actually a heady play. Brings up an interesting point right now.
You texted me this earlier.
There's laundry in the end zone, so let's see what they call here.
This goes to that thing you texted me earlier.
Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. We might as well talk about it right now. The change of the rule this year follows about every other aspect of football. Quarterback out of the pocket, he can throw the ball away at high school now.
Now the question is,
that player was inside the tackles. Let's see what they come up with here.
He was the running back. Does that change things too?
He was the running back, and they're going to call this penalty flag off, as they say that there was a running back in the area, I believe.
Okay.
And that's going to bring up 3rd and 10. That's a
big
break.
Play.
That's a break for Minerva and a heads-up play by the running back.
On their own 42-yard line. Malone in the pistol, takes a couple steps back, and he's got Luceni wide open down the left sideline. Luceni stiff arms Parker Bush, and he runs into the end zone for a touchdown. Beautiful play.
Oh, that's a miscommunication, I think.
Fakes the handoff as he
goes
goes
some yards
off the right side as he picks up about 2. I'm going to give his punting team some breathing room, as the Lions are going to kick it away back to the Potters.
And if you remember, the last punt went over the head.
Yeah. Both teams have had problems with the snap so far in special teams. This is going to be a great play right here to look at as we approach 4 minutes to go. And East Liverpool has a great opportunity to take control here before halftime.
And if you're East Liverpool, you're loving this. You're more than likely getting the ball inside of the 50.
Yes.
Unless a great punt gets off here, which the last punt he had was really good under pressure.
Back looking to throw. Pressured quickly. Fires it to Foster, who cuts it upfield and is hit inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. So a solid game for the Beavers right there of 5 yards. That sets up 2nd and 5. Screenplay there for the Beavers that works to give them 2nd down in medium. Indian Valley trying to get a defense chance started. Klein Hands it off to White. Around the right sideline. Looking to beat some men. Cuts it upfield, but he's tackled immediately after making the cut. Just shy of the...
Sifke in the gun. Colvin going to take it up the gut. Going to get some positive yards. Austin Daly on the sidelines getting a blow. Give him a little break. Colvin with a 4-yard gain. Lisbon getting positive yards here. All right, Sifke coming out in the gun. He's going to have 2 backs in the backfield with him, Colvin being one. Snap from Hunter Daly. Handoff. That one going to get a couple. That's going to bring up Ashton Hinchcliffe. Going to make it 3rd and, 3 here?
3rd and 3, I think.
Yeah.
Pick up 4 on the play. 3rd down and 2 for the Blue Devils from the Wyndham 16-yard line.
To the 6-yard line for Western Reserve. 14-7 they lead. Their last offensive possession was a Ethan Cannon touchdown on a jet fly from 4 out. Snap is low again. This time Henning will keep it, and he doesn't have much going again. He gets maybe a yard to the 5-yard line, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and goal now from the 5. This Liberty defensive front is staying tough. They're trying to hold the Blue Devils to a field goal here after the 1st and goal from the 9.
A 36-yard completion for Guido. And he's back to throw again. Another wide open. That's Kean Hartley on the left side. And Kean rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, and he is in the end zone. Let's see, did they give it to him? Yes! A Clipper touchdown. Joe Guido to Kean Hartley. 30
for the Blue Devils. They don't go to Stamp. They do lean his way. Henning looking across the field. He's tripped up, and here comes the flag. It's going to be a pass interference on Liberty. That's a big-time penalty on the Leopards, and here comes another flag after the play was even over. This one might be against Western Reserve.
Other. Daly takes the handoff, drives in. They're going to say touchdown.
So the officials will converge, and we will have a call coming up. We know it's going to be a pass interference call on Liberty. That's a no-doubter. But the question is, will they call an unsportsmanlike after the play? There's the pass interference call on sportsmanlike conduct, then on Western Reserve. So that's a 15-yard penalty after the play. And that'll bring it all the way out past the 10-yard line to about the 13. They're going to move it even further. They're going to move it back.
Cheney Cowboys in attendance walking below me right now. They started off their season in a thrilling way, 34-2 victory over Poland just a night ago. 3rd and goal from the 6. Mason Dew will drop back. He's going to look, has his man through the hands, but caught in the back of the end zone. Right place, right time. Foothill.
So Foothill getting back in their game against Fitch with a touchdown. Meanwhile, Western Reserve leading Liberty 14-7 in the 2nd quarter. Down in Southern Local, the Indians lead McDonald 14-7 also in the 2nd quarter. Hubbard leads East 20-6. The Bears getting on the board. Andrew Blackman with a 42-yard touchdown pass to Thomas Nickerson. And Lisbon leading Wyndham. Austin Daly with a 2-yard touchdown run. So we'll see how this one goes. Let's head out there. We will take a listen.
Here comes Darney. I don't see the kicker. They're going to go for it. So that unsportsmanlike play is magnified here in this drive. They had that pass interference, would have set up a first down and goal inside the 5. Instead, they're offsetting penalties plus the unsportsmanlike, and now we are going to have a delay of game on Western Reserve. They didn't get the ball off in time. So these are the first week mistakes that teams are going to make. That's our second delay of game penalty to bring up 4th and goal now from the 15-yard line. Henning will fake it. He rolls out right side, flings it to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Blue Devils. It's Jack Darney.
Excuse me, 4-yard gain for Perry, we'll call it. And Perry, the sophomore.
The lone back in Davis. Kirby split out left, 2 wide right.
Looking to pass.
As he drops back to pass, sees nobody, throws
Got
it down
somebody open, though.
wide open.
Wide open.
Is Michael Hardy.
A whole lot because Ballone's been so effective throwing it. Balloon now in the pistol. He's got Dubas to his right, Dabney to his left, and he throws incomplete. That one intended for Banovsky.
Balloon's pass intended for number 3, Freddie Banovsky, was incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Rockets.
So 3rd and 6, the ball on the Clipper 11-yard line. Rockets break the huddle as a train roars by the football field here. And before the Rockets.
They're in a 2 running back set, power I situation here. Throws it out, passes it to number 7.
Aiden Rossi.
Still going.
Aiden Rossi still going.
And that is going to be a long touchdown.
Boy, Warren JFK not missing a beat. They are having a great night, while Champion would like to forget this one in the second quarter. It's already a 28-point lead. We'll switch to Lakeview. We had a few connection problems up there, but we got it straightened out. Got this one rolling. The Bulldogs with the early 7-0 lead over LeBray. Did they get in on that one, Quinn, or are they just shy?
Looks like they're just a little short here.
Okay. Not now. And just like that, the Bulldogs, they got a little bark over the Vikings right now. Jumped out to a 2-score lead.
Can we cut anything on these?
And have a better second half.
3-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. Cardinal Mooney does not have to snap the ball here, so I'm not really sure why they're lined up, but probably some of the inexperience of these young high school kids. And that'll be 0 on the clock. At the end of 2 quarters of play, the score, Cardinal Mooney nothing, Boardman nothing. We're going to take a break. This is YSN, your sports network. We'll be back for the Boardman Marching Band.
Nowhere to go. You talk about gang tackling, Beaver Local doing just that. Seemed like at least half the defense was in on the stop, the screen pass to Colton Thomas, and it's another Beaver Local defensive stop, and the punt team on for the Braves again to punt in the short field. That's a great play right there by Beaver Local defensively. Seemed like everybody was in on the stop. Micah Jones, Kane Curran, Dylan Ferguson, Caleb White, Noah Boyer, just about anybody you can name that was on the field right there was at the very least around the football when that play was made. Here's the punt. Back deep to receive is Foster. He's going to let this thing bounce. It's going to bounce inside the 10 at the 5. A great punt there for Indian Valley. And Beaver Local is going to have to work 95 yards down the field for a touchdown with 3:17 to go in the second quarter. We'll see.
22.
Either way, 20 seconds, 24 on the play clock.
We're going for a big pass here.
We're going to go. Gerard has it all over, almost intercepts that one, but instead it's just going to be an incomplete pass there. Phenomenal job there by Gerard, defenseman number 8 there. Or did they say that was Jake Doy, number 4? Hard to tell from over here, and actually I believe that might have been number 4. Looked like Nick Bangala was the one who stopped that. Hard to tell. He won't turn around. No, that was Nick Bangala. That was not Doy who was in that play. That was Bangala who stopped that one.
Oh, look at him.
All
He's doing
over
everything.
There. Highlight of the night here for Gerard. It's back. Benjamin in a scramble looking for his open man, and it just gets past there. The hands again of Bangala.
Another
going right over the
interception.
head there of number 9.
It's a little confusing there. We'll call him T Valley because apparently that's the name.
T
That's
Valley
the
and
name. P Valley. T Valley and P Valley. No gain there. Out route,
Pass.
incomplete.
Dropped by number 1 tonight. I believe I heard Coach Shaner giving some chatter to our players here tonight. Coach Shaner, always a very vocal coach, but always very fair as well to his players.
2 incompletions and an incompletion and a no gain brings up 3rd and long. Trips bottom of your screen. Valley looking to pass.
We'll take a look at the replay right here. Tackle was made by Damon Denny. Big number 99. Denny stands at 6'4", 200.
Well to his players.
2 incompletions and an incompletion and a no gain brings up 3rd and long. Trips bottom of your screen. Valley looking to pass. Fakes, rolls out to his right. Pass over the middle. Pemberton makes a move on a man, drops him, and touchdown.
Ethan Pemberton.
Tell you what, he dropped that pass earlier down the middle for a big gain, and ever since then is lighting up Pie Valley.
That's right, and sometimes that's all it takes. It's a little mistake like that, give you a little.
Vaughn going to keep it himself, going right up the middle, has some space, and Deshaun Vaughn will get into the end zone from 6.
All-state baseball player split out wide to the right, and Guido's going for Spooner. Spooner, separation, catches the ball. Touchdown, Columbiana Clippers. There is a flag on the play, though. There is a flag on the play, but what a perfect pass from Guido to Spooner. And Seth made a great catch with just catching the ball right in his hands. Strolled on into the end zone, and an illegal shift penalty on the Clips. That's coming back. Oh, my, you hate to see that. Great play for the Clips. Spooner running that fade route to perfection.
But a big play for Austin Klein right there. And Dylan Ferguson could assume a bit of the Logan Blissenbaugh role from a year ago. Austin Klein really like to work the middle of the field with Blissenbaugh, but that one's a pass outside the numbers, a bit of a timing route there. That is off time and off target from Austin Klein. He tries to get that one to Caden Bobby on a little stop. Maybe a bit of a comeback route there. Trying to get 5 yards, but they're not able to do so. 1:05 to go here in the first half as Beaver Local continues to try to work at the very least, again, in a field goal range. Again, we'll have halftime scores and updates for you from around the network here in a matter of moments after the Beaver Local and Indian Valley bands take the field for the halftime show. But we still got 1 minute and 5 seconds of football here left to go as Beaver Local looking to march.
Howard out bounce around the 3-yard line.
On the carry.
Good blocking that time up front right there by that Struthers O-line. Has been doing a good job, a heck of a job, I should say.
All night they have.
All night.
It all
indeed.
starts in the trenches.
Adam Grew's been doing a really good job. Caleb Sakara, Brady Clyde, a lot of those guys doing a really great job. Going to bring up a 1st and goal over here. Ball at the 3-yard line. A little bit of a bunch over here. Carter in the backfield, going to hand off to him. Bounces off to the outside. He's in. Touchdown.
Struthers making this look easy over St. Thomas Aquinas. Another touchdown. They're going to tack on the extra point for a 5-score lead. That'll go to a running clock in the second half. Another team that's having a pretty good debut tonight, Jefferson. No problem in their contest. They're up 31-7. Our 440 crews got to call up on that one. Let's take a listen there.
He's got Rogers.
Nice
and
play.
there it is. Good for a first down.
Takes it off.
More.
40, 30.
He's got wheels, folks.
Down at the 20. What a play. What a play by the young man, Rogers. I mean, have a game, Rogers.
That's grasshopper, baby. Bobby Rogers getting it done.
Boyarski has the confidence to take a look at the play. See that his wide receiver's not looking at him. He's going to look. He's going to find the ball. He's going to catch it. Then he's going to break the tackle and turn it way upfield to the 20. No laundry on the field. And also, by the way, we can say what we want about both sides here. We've seen two flags.
These guys are playing a good game.
I mean,
these guys are playing a good
have
game.
To be happy with that. They have to be thrilled with the fundamental, not careless football that's out here. It's great.
Yeah, it's been a game. He has had a game, and that is the one guy who's been making play after play after play.
Feed him,
Bobby Rogers.
Feed him
over the top. He's gonna go.
Wow.
Nobody there. He was trying to feed Whitaker there, and I gotta give credit to Boyarski.
Yeah.
He ain't afraid to sling it.
No, and that really wasn't
from the 1-yard line. Brock Lowry already has a touchdown run here in this game, and we'll see if he can try and make it 2 for himself, or if they decide to go to Inglis here. Inglis is in the backfield. And Lowry going to keep it himself. Lowry into the end zone, and that's a Canfield Cardinal touchdown. So Canfield strikes right back, and Canfield with an opportunity now to take the lead after the missed extra point there by Anthony Perry. Coming up here. And Allie, the kicker here. Kick is up, and it is good.
3. So he's at the right position for himself, certainly, and he went up there, batted that way. I'm not sure if he did bat it away, but the defense he was on tight there.
I'll tell you what, when you're 6'3", all you gotta do is throw those hands in the air.
True. Yeah, not a whole lot of jumping going on there, maybe. I don't know.
Again, they're still making some plays. It's 3rd and 10. Bobby Rogers has had himself a day.
Again, Daly throws. Stoffer with a catch. And that's going to stop the clock because it's a first down. So Lisbon able to hurry up and get set on the ball before the clock stops, before the clock starts. Minute 32. Lisbon still with one timeout in their back pocket. But again, they have time because the clock stops on a first down.
And what a great read from Stauffer on that one.
Absolutely, and a nice throw from Sifke.
He came back through traffic and able to pick that ball and turn and get a couple extra yards. Great read by the
Absolutely. All right, here we go. Clock's going to start running here any second. Yep, there's Sifke going to roll out now. Looking. He wants the home run. He's throwing deep. Stauffer with concentration.
comes down with the catch, and that is going to take the ball down into the 15-yard line.
Blue Devil,
First down, Lisbon. Man, that takes some concentration there to catch it off the tip, the old tip drill.
What a great job just sticking with that ball off the hand of the defender and Stoffer.
Minute 24.
Play.
All right, Lisbon going back to the line here. Sifke calling out the plays. Takes it. He's going to roll. He's going to look. He's going to look. He's going to keep it. He's going to cut up. Looking for a block. Sifke around the edge. Sifke in the end zone. Lisbon touchdown. Way to pull.
How about Lisbon? They are absolutely looking great tonight, Quinn. Jumping out to the big lead there, 22-6. And things are looking good for them. What do you think? The new field, everybody a little fired up tonight. Got to get that first one.
Yeah, definitely, Mike. I mean, he basically said it. They're all amped up. I mean, it seems like Lisbon's coming out firing on all cylinders. And, I mean, how can you not? You got new turf finally.
Well, that and they're probably mad at what we picked on the Power Hour today. I don't think
That's because I wasn't there.
There was not a Lisbon, very many Lisbon boats in there. And
I would have picked them.
you weren't here.
I would have picked them.
I know.
We caught the end of that real nice 2-minute drive there by Lisbon. Couple nice plays in a row there, big chunk plays, getting it done.
I'll tell you what, though, that pass play was massive there.
You know who's in mid-season form already, guys? This 440 crew. They've been a whole lot of fun to listen to.
Oh, my gosh. I love this 440 crew. They got things cooking. Just taking a look at our two games that we got on the monitors here. Western Reserve's up 14 late in the second. And going to one, West Branch, holy cow, did they just answer Canfield. I thought they had him tackled. Wow. Well, I think it's further than that. I think it's a pass play. It might be 80 yards.
It's that air raid system they're running out there.
Some guy named DeShields. He's pretty good. Both quarterbacks. That's a great quarterback matchup down in West Branch tonight. Lowry and DeShields. Can't beat that. And all of a sudden, just like that, the tables have turned in favor of the Warriors. Yeah, they came out to play. I think they go for two. Yeah. You know.
Back at Lisbon, looking like Wyndham brought that kickoff back past the 50. They're going to try and make a quick drive here. I think about a minute left in that one.
They take a timeout, of course. And we got a 21-7 game. Another timeout. Back to Jefferson. Our 440 crew's got the call. Let's take a listen.
The Grand Valley says we decline. That's fine.
The more grass you put in front of them, the more that they can get into that playbook.
They can stretch it out. They can hit the juke button a few times like Hitchcock did on that last touchdown.
Up top here, you're going to have number 10, Patrick Beebe. He's going to be stacked with Burlingham behind him. Interesting formation here. They're going to be in the gun here. Or I'm sorry, the pistol.
Yeah.
There's Funtash. He's going right into it and moving the pile. My gosh.
Wow. And then met instantly by 40 there. Big fullback-ish kind of role they use him in offensively, but he's there to make the play. Of course, that's Turner just coming in, making a good tackle there.
He's another guy, got to go both ways. Not only does he have to go both ways, but he has to play the physical role.
Well, you look at his measurables. 6'2". I'm looking at them now. 6'2", 225. That's a man. Yeah. I mean, he's ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to take hits every
342. Mullinex is the running back once again. Mullinex only one carry here tonight, but he's finding other ways. He's doing a nice job blocking for DeShields here tonight. That one is going to be incomplete.
Get it out to Woodworth. Woodworth leaves him in the dust. See ya.
Oh, he looks it to the left.
He said,
he's got an angle. 20. Got one man to beat. 10. Down at the 6. What a great play. What a great play. About the 6, maybe 5, maybe 4. What a wonderful play. We said it. Don't give him too much field, Sam. They gave him too much field, and he went diagonal with him.
Don't let the neck roll fool you. Wade Woodworth is an athlete, folks.
Unreal. He did look a little He looked a little slower, which is not something I've said about Jefferson all night, or really either team. But that did not matter. He just rolled right through.
He has a quiet. You look at a big guy like he's like the juggernaut.
No.
You know, he's out there rumble.
And I think that's why that worked, because they're like, okay, this is a big guy. He's going to run straight at me. No, he's running. Why is he running? Was this a bishop in chess? What is he doing? What's going on here?
Tackling him is a business decision. That's for sure.
And they hand it off to him.
That's Funtash.
Funtash. Okay, now down about the 1, maybe 1.5. So he'll be about 4 feet away from a touchdown.
Yeah, just getting back to Wade Woodworth. One of the things I like about him, and you talk to Coach Hanna about him, first, and you hear this about a lot of guys. I personally watched it. First here, last to leave. This kid his work is unbelievable.
Looks good, Sam, as they rush it in. No call yet, but it did look wow.
Are they scoring?
Okay,
they stopped him on the 1.
They're stopping him on the 1. That's incredible. I mean, I'm going to say that the refs definitely have a better view from their.
And they're calling in the battering ram. No, they're not. They're going to go right after it.
Yeah, why not?
Funtash up the gut.
Boom.
And that's going to be good for a touchdown, Falcons.
Wonderfully done there, and I think that is Funtash's first.
That would be Funtash. Is that crazy that that's his first?
How about that?
Tell you what, you got to love our boys up on the 440, man. They are having a lot of fun calling games. They had a great game last night. Tonight they got a game that's going to go to a running clock. So they'll make it interesting in the second half. Speaking of another good game, Camel Memorial and Valley Christian. It's 8-0 in the second. And back to Western Reserve. See, I love Quinn. He just flips and I can go with it. And then I got Goldberg sitting over there drinking Mountain Dew in front of us. And just smiles at me.
Beaver Local and Indian Valley went to half. The Beavers lead 13-10.
Beaver Local up 13-10 at the half. B giving me the report, but he doesn't say Omaha. I don't know why. I'm not sure.
I did earlier.
I'm impressed by the Camel defense here, Mike.
They've actually played pretty well in this one. And then we just said that.
Yeah.
Wow. Insert foot.
Got a touchdown. I don't care.
Yeah, we like touchdowns. We're okay, right, Quinn?
Absolutely.
Much like last night, we have a couple of good games. We have some surprises, but we also have some games that have gotten very tilted real quick. Another thing I've noticed is flipping through the games, watching them on my iPad, a lot of motion penalties, illegals, false starts, too many men on the field, not having enough guys on the field. So it's like everybody's still working out the jitters here in week 1. And boy, Western Reserve, they are putting on a show. They have come out to play. John Armini absolutely has that club ready to play as he's making his debut there. Lowville all over Columbiana in the second. So some pretty good action there. Here's what we can do, Quinn. Let's take a break. We'll pay some bills, but when we come back, we'll find some bands because the people do like to tune into the bands, but we'll keep flipping the games as we keep scores coming up for you. We'll be right back here on the Audible Call after we take this quick timeout.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
For a great vehicle and a great experience, come to Boardman Mitsubishi today. As always, our full lineup of Mitsubishi models comes with a standard 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Boardman Mitsubishi, your hometown Mitsubishi dealer since 1999.
Coca's Pizza, always supporting our community and our local athletes. Stop in on game day or score big and have it delivered right to your door. Check out our daily specials at cocaspizza.com. That's Coca's Pizza. We serve it hot.
At Hubbard Chevrolet, Hubbard can help you get the financing you need, regardless of your situation. I'm Tony Page, and I've helped thousands of customers in Northeast Ohio and Western Pennsylvania buy a vehicle. Visit HubbardChevy.com to get pre-approved. Remember, folks, Hubbard can help.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting, where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education, and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Puerto Rican singer Louis Fonsi debuted this next song in 2017. After a remix by top singer Justin Bieber, this same song would go on the top of the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Widely credited as bringing Spanish pop music back into the mainstream market, here is Despacito.
And that is going to be a nice tackle there. The handoff to Inglis. And West Branch going to bottle that play up. Nicely done there by West Branch. And it is going to be a loss of a yard. 3rd down and 4 for West Branch. And the Warrior faithful on their feet as they have the cowbells going here. 3rd down and 4, 31 seconds remaining at the 8-yard line. Lowry, this one going to be another big time stop there. And Coach Pavlansky not happy with something there. And Mitch Coffee, Mitch Extra Large Coffee is what they call him. Shout out to Chuck Felix for that nickname. The PA announcer, Chuck helps me with the away games here and does a fantastic job. And can't thank him enough for all that he does. So a big 4th down here and a big 4th down decision. Do they leave the offense out on the field? And I think Campfield says, we have a very talented kicker. We're going to send on the field goal unit. No, they're going to leave the offense out there. So Campfield going to stay out there for a 4th and 2. West Branch going to try and make a stop here. 23 seconds remaining. And the Warrior get a stop here. 23 seconds to go. And we are going to have, and West Branch going to take this timeout. That'll be their final timeout here. And I'll stay with you here for this one. 19-14 here. 23 seconds to go. We'll see what Coach Pavlansky and that Cardinal offense has dialed up here as they will look to score here. Canfield gets ball to start the second half. So this is crucial for both teams. Canfield, if they can score, they have a potential to get a 2-possession lead if they score coming out of the half.
Goal for Beaver Local, let's ride marching band. The band rides like thank you, Valley High School Marching Band for hosting us to you with the best of luck in the remainder of their season. Thank you for your kind attention, and go Beavers!
As always, a great performance by the Beaver Local Marching Band here at halftime as Indian Valley's band prepares to take a field for their halftime show. We'll give you a little bit of an update around the network about all the scores and games and a lot of tight ones around the network. At halftime, it's 14-7 Southern leading McDonald over in Minerva. 16-7 East Liverpool has the lead over the Lions. Austin Town Fitch has a 21-10 lead in their game. 35-0 at halftime. Struthers with a lead in their contest. 14-19, West Branch leads Canfield towards the end of the second quarter. A big-time game going on over there. Canfield and West Branch, two of the best around the network, and they are going at it in a tight game as expected, and as are the Beavers and the Braves here in Janaden, Ohio. Lisbon leads Wyndham 22-6. JFK leads Champion 28-0. United leads in their contest 21-0 at halftime. And Struthers actually now up 42-0 at halftime in their game. So the Indian Valley Band preparing to take the field. We'll take a listen in here in Janaden, Ohio.
There. And if that's intercepted, that might be 6 the other way. Very fortunate there for Brock Lowry. And with 2 seconds to go, Campfield says we're going to try the field goal. And this was a big stand here for West Branch, as no matter what, they are going to have the lead going into the halftime. Campfield's kicker, very experienced. He's very talented here, has a strong leg. And the Cardinals will line up here for 3. This one's up, and it should be good, and it is good. Nice kick there. The Cardinals has Canfield on the board. Nothing less. Nicely done by the Warrior defense, but it's West Branch 19, Canfield 17. So an eventful first half, a very good first half here. And we'll take a quick break here. I'm sure many of you guys don't want to go away here. You don't want to miss this one. We're going to have a great second half on our hands. And we still have concurring from the officials. Not sure what this is about. And we have a call here on the field. Not sure what exactly is happening here. Roughing the kicker on West Branch. Oh. It's going to be roughing the kicker. And does Canfield put the offense out on the field now? And it is. So unfortunately, West Branch going to have to put the defense back out on the field. Canfield is going to go for it here. No time on the clock. They're going to go for it. West Branch going to need to make a stop here defensively. Canfield will have one play to try and get this ball into the end zone. Defense going to need to make a stop here. They're going to run it, and Canfield right into the end zone for a Cardinal touchdown. And Canfield won the half as they will take the lead.
7 times the Rockets have had the ball. They've scored all 7. Lucido, it's been an adventure for him kicking those extra points, but
The kick is good. This one.
Matthew Lucido, 6 of 7 from extra points tonight. And the Rockets with a 48-7 lead here with 9 seconds to go in the half. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this on Why.
You're here to be part of something bigger.
This time that play will take us to the half. After 2 quarters of play, the score Canfield 21, your West Branch Warriors 19.
Okay, you better go to the pot. You better move. You really have to go? You'll never get.
As we leave at halftime, we wait for the festivities to kick off. We're going to show our 50-50 race tickets. Get out those blue tickets. 50-50.
Is X-line in the shot. He goes handoff right side, trying to find space. It's Perfetto again, and Perfetto gets down inside the 5-yard line, and that was going to bring up 4th down.
Find it interesting that
Maybe, or they get first down.
it does look like a 1st and goal for the Southern.
Got it.
Yep.
Apologies, my friend.
You're fine. I was just going to say, I find it interesting that this is the time they go into spread. You know, getting into the red zone
Getting
after
those
going
big bodies
so
out of
many
there.
wing T options. What it's really doing is messing with the defensive alignment that they were getting used to. And now let's change it up entirely. Great call by Coach Wright.
X-line takes it up the middle from 4 yards out, and he goes into the end zone practically untouched. Another Southern local touchdown. 20-7 Indians.
You can't plan that any better. Just go right down the middle, go into the end zone. And X-line going to go in for the 2-point conversion now. Just now officially under 9 minutes in tonight's 3rd quarter. And they were going to stay with the spread option that they're going with. 1 wide receiver each side.
Snap. X-line taking himself again and pushes his way. I thought he was in.
I thought it, but it looks like it is no good.
I'm going to say no, so it'll stay 20-7. So 20-7, we'll take a timeout. Back after this on your sports network.
You're here to be part of something bigger.
Gone. Yeah, we'll get you on the next play.
All right.
We're giving you everything we got.
I love it. So here comes Big Red now. 2nd down and 2. Motion, turn, hand, and that'll be a 1st down.
And that's Bazika.
That is Bazika again. He'll take it out to about the 16-yard line for Steubenville. And now 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the 3rd. Steubenville starting to run some clock here, John. Just pounding the football right up the middle.
Their tailbacks, both Bazika and Ostovich, have done a good job of just running downhill.
There's another tailback. He makes a nice move down the sidelines and pushed out of bounds finally by Mueller.
Xavier
Foothill. DJ Williams are going to have to tackle him high and tackle him hard to get him down. Williams scampers his way into the end zone. Josiah Burneye back.
And just like that, Austintown Fitch strikes again. Williams with another touchdown. Ryan X-line had a 4-yard touchdown for Southern, as we showed you. And how about Canfield? Had the field goal made, got the roughing the kicker, an untimed down with a touchdown PAT. Instead of being down 19-17 at the break, they go in up 21-19. So they're moving pretty well. East Liverpool, they have a pretty good game going out of Trent Davis. 9 rushes, 60 yards. Gavin Wright, 6 rushes, 43 yards, a touchdown. And he's also got a 26-yard receiving touchdown. All Struthers at the half. They're up 42-0 on Louisville St. Thomas Aquinas. Fitch going to tack on this PAT. And we keep moving along. Lakeview, 14-0 in the third over LeBray. What we like to do here on the Audible calls, we get to the second half. As games become spread out, if they're already kind of decided in a blowout fashion, we'll stick with the games that are tighter, the ones that still got a lot of things to be decided. So we'll show them a little bit more. But again, you have the option on YSN. You can watch any game you want during the regular season for free. You can catch your local team. So if we're maybe not going back to Lowville tonight and that's your team, go there and watch them. But if you're Columbiana and you want to switch at halftime because it's not been a good night, you can just surf the dial and find out whatever game you want to watch. Or you can watch multiple games like we do here at YSN Studio. Just a reminder, we are brought to you by the WRS Wealth Advisors. They keep everything clicking and moving for us. And East Liverpool, there you go. Oh, boy, the Potters. Nice little touchdown catch as they get that one to go. And we go back. Cardinal Mooney knocking on the door against Boardman. That's a scoreless game in the third quarter. We'll keep switching that one. Matter of fact, let's head out. We got Donnie Riccatelli on the call. Let's listen to him for a little bit as Cardinal Mooney tries to get the lead.
Play changing or game changing type of sacks here in this situation. It's 2nd down and 3. Now we have a Mooney player down on the field, and we'll take a timeout as the Mooney training staff goes out to look at their player that's on the field right now.
How lucky are we?
His own power. Off with a quad, but he is getting escorted off. So as you can see right there on your screen, he is having some trouble with a little bit of a limp. So he'll be off at least for another play or two as he just tries to figure that out.
By PGA Professionals, a state-of-the-art practice range, a PGA of America recognized pro shop, kids programs, and a relaxing grill room for a memorable golf experience. For more information or to schedule a tee time, visit millcreekmetroparks.org.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, we offer a worry-free experience for all our customers.
When your vehicle needs service, our award-winning team will get you back on the road.
No worries. That's what going the
Bangala has it, passes over to his man. And he's got to make it well past that second yard line. He gets to go, and he makes it well past that 20-yard before he's taken out of play there by the Streetsboro defense.
There we
go.
go.
Ahead and give the full credit there to Bobby Aljars, the senior.
That's them off. That's the offensive changes we needed to see.
And that's exactly right there. One of the better passing plays so far in this game for either team. That ball has not gone very far when it's been in the air. The running game continues on here. Gerard will try and push that ball in through a little bit deeper.
Michael Palmer.
Again, Michael Palmer, the running back here in this game. Going to make another gain, or maybe not. So it looks like right now we're seeing 2 and 10. Nobody moves, so no gain on that one. At least it wasn't a loss. And they're still very close. 19, all on that 19-yard line. Pardon me here. And they're down in formation. Snap back, no. Looks like Palmer's the one who has it, but he's going to make the most of it. He's going towards that end zone, and he's going to beat everybody. Touchdown in the end. How about that?
Big touchdown by Gerard as they move into a double-digit lead over Streetsboro. Valley Christian has gone up 14-0 at the half. Pete hit Gurley on a 15-yard touchdown pass with 40 seconds left. And Cardinal Mooney still trying to punch one in here against Boardman. East Liverpool has scored. Gavin Wright, 64-yard touchdown to Stephen Dorsey. Third quarter, they're leading big there. Just keep flipping these games for you here on the Audible call. I'll say it, Omaha. We love Omahas, right, guys? And
Touchdown,
there it
Cardinal
is.
Mooney.
Your first touchdown of the night between Boardman and Mooney, and the Cardinals strike first. JFK has gone up 35-0. Braylon Dyson, 44-yard touchdown run.
Looks like United's about to score here, Mike, on this one.
All right.
Let's listen in on that.
Listen to Ty.
I'm wrong. They did score.
I think we still showed it, though.
We showed it. Yeah, I was just
the extra
delayed in my
point.
own mind over here.
It's all right.
27.
I'm on a delay.
It's first weekend jitters,
Nothing
right?
now, and that
Yeah, we'll go
one
with that.
soars through the uprights. 20.
That's Hardy's first catch on the game. Didn't recognize the number.
And Mooney did a great job chewing up a lot of clock in
One
that
that we're
first
going to pay
possession.
attention
Of
to.
the,
This Canfield West branch has had a lot of give and take through the first half. I believe the Cardinals get the ball to start the second half. They're still at halftime, so.
To Thomas Andahar and Fernando Ortiz. They're set up at the 5-yard line for Boardman. And to say that Boardman needs a spark here is an understatement.
That alone is crazy. How about Grant Hitchcock? 7-9, 235 yards passing, and he had 3 touchdowns already. Not sure he'll see the field in the second half. I'm just guessing. You know, it's early. East down 20-8. Still a ball game over at Hubbard, but Bears are going to have to do something quick. 14-0. That's still a game. We'll have to check that one out. Yeah. There we go. Our first check-in of the night.
Listen in on this one, Mike.
Yeah, they got pushed back a couple yards, but they're
Let's listen in here, Mike.
Okay.
I guess not. Maybe there's no audio for that one.
That's okay. We can talk over it. That was an interception. They took it back. They're starting in great field position. So just like that, the G-men looking to increase that lead up to 26-0 possibly if they can cook things in.
Garfield turned that over, actually.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Boy, I look stupid right now.
You're a Steeler fan, so.
It is. Thank you. I'll go with that. Quinn can go with it. I'm going with it. United now, 28-0. We showed you that. That was Caden Marshall with the touchdown run. Still getting over Jefferson's offense. They might have something to say in the NE8.
7.
A good kicker, but a little young.
Like, you want to listen in on the Steubenville Lewis game?
Yeah, let's go there.
Yeah. Of Hill.
Isaac Hill. The law firm of Hill and Hill couldn't get it done that time
So
around.
the Leopards will take over now. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Got to get something here, John. Got to get some points. Probably be helpful to get them pretty quick, too.
That would be preferable.
We're not looking for a grinded out 4-minute drive here. We'll see what the Leopards come up with. Cruz still at quarterback. Essick behind him. Mueller by himself up here. Gonna turn. Cruz is going to keep. And he will.
The bounds. No. He changes direction. And he's going to take it all the way.
All the way back for a Wyndham touchdown.
And that is not
Chase I for the
how you want to
Bombers.
start the second half if you're Lisbon.
No, that's not what you drew up.
That
Wyndham getting back in the game. A little kickoff return for a touchdown just like that. So they've cut that lead to 2 scores. So they're still in that game. Okay.
Mike, we got audio for the Garfield game now.
All right, let's go there.
The Huskies, after the turnover, they're going to look to throw. Quarterback steps up. He's not going to get much, but he's going to get something. So quarterback's able to step up to about the 7-yard line. So stop time for the G-men. Got a 4th and 1, back to where we were before the fumbled snap, the bad snap, I should say. So 4th and 1 for the Huskies. After that turnover, this could be a big stop for the G-men. So stay in that shotgun formation. Only need a yard here. Look for the quarterback, and we get a delay of game.
Johnston, he throws it down the field. Trick play. Touchdown, Beaver Local. How about it? Klein throws it. A backward pass to Taylor Johnston.
Should we call 911 and check on Michael? That was a great call, Michael. Holy cow. Gotta love that play. And just like that, Lisbon starting to pull away from Indian Valley. That was one of the split decisions in here today. I think it was half and half during our show who was going to go where. We'll switch it right back up to the Garfield game.
Quarterback's going to turn up. He's got somebody, and he short arms that one. So good stop there by the G-men. Incomplete pass. So Huskies turn the ball over on downs after that interception.
And that's a great start for the Beavers in the second half.
Quarterback. We'll see. I bet you we're going to see him just pound it here, gentlemen. Yep. So Ostovich with the carry up the middle. He's going to gain about 2 yards.
Tripped up by big Shane Gates.
Shane's had a nice game so far here tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, both he and number 74, Big Cyrus Wright, as our 2 defensive tackles, have done a really good job of kind of plugging up between the 2 guards.
So you've got Morley over here at this end, and that Braylon Taylor back in up there at the top side.
Yes.
You've got Ramsey and Davide. We've got
With
Clay Chambers.
is the other linebacker.
Yep. And then you've got Roberts, Loy. Nice job there. Who is that? Ramsey.
Will Ramsey.
Knocks down Cam Doherty. Yep. So Cam Doherty's out there as well.
You want to get that freight train before he gets rolling.
Yeah. No doubt about that.
All right, big third down here.
Yep, Leopards need a stop here.
Steubenville has been efficient so far on third downs here, so let's see if the Leopards can make a big play.
So third.
Swinger going in favor of the Beavers. They lead it by 2 scores, the largest lead for either team of the game here to kick off the second half. May's set to kick it again. We'll see if he goes deep or tries to pull an onside kick once again. That is rolling onside kick. Ball still on the ground, but Indian Valley recovers. They're going to have really good field position here at about the 48-yard line. in their own territory, but right near the 50. And the Braves looking to respond after a big-time momentum swing in favor of Beaver Local. And we talked about it. Coach McKenzie said, we feel that we can make the Braves defend us vertically and horizontally. At halftime, you really didn't see Indian Valley have to defend the field vertically with deep passes. But on that first play of the second half, Beaver Local pulls the rabbit out of the hat, and they lead by 10. Carter takes the snap, hands it off to Henry, who's got some yardage-breaking tackles, and he's brought down in Beaver Local territory by Noah Boyer, tackled at the 46. Once again, Indian Valley going into the eye. They've played one formation here so far in the second half. And Carter fakes the handoff. He wants a deep shot of his own. And it's caught! Indian Valley responds almost immediately. Touchdown. Colt Thomas, 46 yards.
Vaughn joined by Jamel James in the backfield. He's going to unload, looking deep for the end zone. That one's hauled in for the touchdown.
Wow. That Fitch play, incredible. Hadley, 56-yard touchdown pass to Aiden Rossi. Or I'm sorry, that's from the JFK game. It's Dom Perry with the touchdown reception there. Fitch pulling away. It's 35-10 now. And from there, we head back to Beaver Local's game. And just like that, Indian Valley, who answered to cut it to 3, they've gotten a turnover. And they're going to set up shop inside the 15-yard line. Wow. Good move there. And Colton Sokup with a 4-yard touchdown in Southern, pulling away from McDonald. It's now 36-7. Still not a running clock there. That's only a 29-point lead. So we're back checking things out. We will go to Michael McKenzie down there, who maybe things are getting a little nervous for the Beavers.
To the sideline and call a timeout, but they're going to run a play. Under center, bunch set. One out wide. Carter hands it off. That's Henry. Henry right side. Henry, touchdown. Braves in front. Just like that, one play off the turnover, just as Beaver Local did to start the quarter. And Indian Valley's back in front. It's 23-20. And this game becoming elite.
Man, who's getting the ball here, Ammo? Got to be Davis, right? I mean, just let him reward him with his good work. Has he scored yet today? He has not. He has not. So let's give him the ball. I wouldn't be shocked if they fake a handoff to him and Knight keeps it, though, either. Scampers around the side. Oh, timeout.
Minute 28. Clock is running here in the third quarter. Boardman's deepest penetration into Mooney territory is this right here. Andahar keeps it himself after faking to Ortiz. He's going to break some tackles, and then he'll be brought down at the line of scrimmage. Just tremendous effort, but can't get away from all 11 guys.
No. Great effort by Andahar, but
second down and 10 Boardman. They'll slow it down a bit now.
it's amazing that for the most part, each team's going to have one possession in the entire third quarter.
Give his to Ortiz. Through the middle of that Mooney line. He'll get inside the 10.
Ortiz on the carry for the Spartans. Came down by Desmond.
We'll give him 4. He's to the 7-yard line. Brings up third and 6. They can get a first down inside the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and this is definitely 4-down territory for the Spartans.
They could actually let this clock run right now. Play clock and game clock are about 3 seconds different. So we'll see if they want to wait till the fourth quarter or try to run a play here. Andahar is back. Pass is incomplete. He was under pressure.
Yeah.
And his pass to Clark was incomplete, so it'll be
hard work this drive.
Right under center. Davis in the backfield. They gave it to him.
Bang.
And he's in. Potter's touchdown. Trent Davis.
What a drive.
And that carry right there puts him at the century mark. That's 100 yards on the night. Big time drive for Trent Davis.
Deserves it.
As he put his team on his back that whole third period as they strike for pay dirt with 11:57 to go here in the fourth.
And you can tell the.
All right, so East Liverpool strikes again. They add another touchdown. Shout out to Pizza Joe's here in East Palestine. They're going to feed us tonight, folks. We like that. So we got pizza sitting out there waiting on us. But we got football games to take care of. After a fumble recovery, Hubbard trying to drive one more in against East. That's still a tight ball game, 20-8. And then another impressive game. How about Lakeview? I'm not sure a lot of people thought that they would come out with the start they have, but a 21-0 lead over LeBray. And they are moving again. They're at the Vikings 30-yard line in the third quarter.
Mike, let's listen in on the Hubbard group right here.
All right, let's go there. Jamie and David are there.
Go ahead and pick this one up from 4th down and 9. Think you're going to have to put this one through the air.
Yeah, I'd have to say the same. I mean, running the ball really hasn't gotten them very much of a gain at all.
Coach Hoffman going to have to burn a timeout here as once more.
40 seconds and counting here as we're about to head to the fourth quarter with Lakeview on top 21-0. Nolan Toth, one of the team captains, out there tailback now. Sam Harper on one side, bottom side of your screen, and Andrew McRoberts on the far side of your screen. Fisher in motion across the line. They're going to hand it off. There's Toth. Toth gets a big push from his offensive line, and he's up past the 20. We're going to say he's around the 15. I'll say the 14-yard line. Excuse me, the 16-yard line.
12 minutes to play in the ball game. Andahar will keep it, and he'll be dropped at the line of scrimmage. So Mooney will stop Boardman at the 7-yard line.
Donnie Riccatelli on the call there, but the Spartans turned away in the fourth quarter. Tell you what, a lot of people might be sleeping on Mooney, but right now they have played a decent game. It's been a defensive struggle between both teams this entire contest, Quinn, and my goalie friend sitting over there. What do you got to add to this? I mean, this is not a game that I thought there'd be some points scored in this, more than 7 at this point.
Yeah, I think a little bit of a surprise to everybody. Just real defensive battle, a couple mistakes, but honestly, defense is just playing well.
Hey,
Yeah,
now
well,
it's what Mooney can do with the ball. We'll see what they can come up with. Canfield and West Branch underway in the second half. Got a real good game going on in Indian Valley. The Braves up 4 in the third on the Beavers. We'll see if Boardman's defense here can get a quick stop, get that ball back.
I'm not going to lie to you, Mike. I kind of forgot he was sitting next to us.
Who?
Nate over here.
Nate. I forget what we were calling him. Goldberg.
I got
Goldberg.
a couple names already this week. Nick and Nate Goldberg. I'll be your dog.
It all depends what you wear in on your shirt. He's got a Mighty Duck shirt on, folks. Even though it's Conway captain, I'm going Goldberg goalie. Because if you come with a Bear shirt next week, you're the kid from the Bad News Bears.
See what we can come up with for next week. Guys.
All right. That could be your theme for the year. Different jersey every week. Well, you don't.
He's on your fantasy team.
He is. I stole him in the 6th round.
Mike, you want to listen in on the Mooney Boardman game here?
Yeah, let's go to Donnie. He gets mad if we don't send it out there a few times.
To play the ball, you can face guard. You can do exactly what he did. So the official's right on it, and that's the correct call. It's funny, you watch the fans over there outraged that there wasn't a flag, and the Mooney coaching staff, knowing the rule, was not complaining. So third down and
this one's over at center. Well, center of the field. It's happening way too often here. A lot of stoppage. This is these young men. Well, as they go ahead and tend to him, hopefully it's just cramps. We're hoping that it's not actual injuries, because if so, man, these Streetsboro guys, they're playing very, very rough with our guys. Go ahead and step aside here for 30 seconds and let you know what comes of it after this.
Now is the time to think about your future. Where are you?
5K right now, trying to explain everything.
That's what happens when your quarterback, Sam Carter, has been able to keep it and run efficiently. You bite for the play fake, but in the other way that you would really think, it seemed like the Beavers defense was banking on a Carter run, but instead it's the halfback Gavin Henry who got the carry for the first down about 10 yards to the 45-yard line of it.
To number 8, Braylon Dyson.
Braylon Dyson, the Dyson sweeper.
Yeah, there is a flag on the play, waiting to hear the result of that. JFK is backing up. So maybe holding
Potentially
call?
holding.
That's what I was thinking. They're going a long ways back here.
It's from the spot of the foul.
Yeah.
In high school. And
Yes, it is. Yep.
Yep, so it was holding.
Holding. So they have the ball now at the 43-yard line. So we're looking at a first and
Champion takes her first time out of the half.
All right.
With 11 points on the clock. 11 minutes on the clock.
11 points on the clock.
Yeah.
So with that timeout, we're going to take a quick one here as well. So we'll see you briefly.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs.
Pass catch earlier. We're approaching 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. G-Men showing a little bit of life on this drive for the Sell up the middle, bounces it to the outside across the 40, down to the 35-yard line. So again, another nice sustained drive here. Sustained drive here for the G-Men, which is something they needed. And we're going to run out of time here in the third quarter. Let's hold on. G-Men, first time in a long time, find themselves in a week 1 war. G-Men lead 19.
28-0 over Waterloo. So the Eagles flying high tonight. East Liverpool leads 22-7 over Minerva. Southern Local 36-7 over McDonald.
Wing on the right-hand side.
Oh, Brock Lowry. Once again, that shotgun formation. This time he's going to take a shot. He's got a man open over the middle. Nice catch. And a broken tackle there by Eaton. So Brock Lowry says, you're not going to respect my throwing. I'll make it pay.
Inside the West Range 10-yard line, first and goal, Canfield.
Just maybe make a yard gain.
Looks like he's down at the 4.
They were at the 6.
Here for Canfield.
And it's a first and goal. The Cardinals trying to punch this one in. Lowry towards the sideline, and he walks right into the end zone. Touchdown, Canfield. Brock Lowry. And that's another Cardinal touchdown.
How about the momentum swing in the Canfield game? From the end of the second quarter into the third quarter, Brock Lowry punching in another touchdown, and all of a sudden it becomes a 2-score game here.
Mike, when was the last time you can remember a game that featured 2 of the best quarterbacks like that in our area?
Wow.
And not just like two good quarterbacks, like nationally ranked quarterbacks.
Yeah. It's been a while. I mean, I may have to truck back to when you guys were kids and still like playing little league ball or something. But
I think I'm the only one that's young enough to be a kid at that point.
yeah, some of these other guys weren't even around.
Barely. 27.
Jaden Ely has added a 30-yard touchdown catch for Fitch. That one's pretty much all over. Indian Valley goes up 31-20 with a 32-yard touchdown run.
Mike, looks like we're going to get a Gerard touchdown here.
All right.
Almost a walk-in touchdown on that one.
They did not get a lot of love on the show today, but boy, they're playing like they're going to
Got
catch
a
everybody's
touchdown
attention.
here from Lisbon, too. Mike Austin Daly with the touchdown run.
Yes.
About 5 yards out.
Speaking of walk-in touchdowns,
Speaking of
nobody around
touchdowns,
on that Lisbon one.
Scotty just Omaha'd to me that Camel is on the board in their game against Valley Christian. And we go back up to Garfield, the G-Men. That one's a game. Fourth quarter, 11 minutes to go.
Not too sure what was going on there. Looked like a fumble, maybe.
And believe it or not, Lakeview was on the move again against LeBray. If somebody had told me heading into tonight that the Bulldogs would shut out the Vikings, I would have bet my house on it that wouldn't have happened. Right now, Lakeview playing pretty good. Looking to end a 16-game regular season losing streak.
I haven't had good luck betting, so I'm not going to do that.
How about Canfield? The 9-point advantage in the third quarter. This game's far from over.
Looks like Garfield just threw an interception right there, but they ruled it out of bounds.
Wow.
Nope, never mind.
Nope, they gave it to him?
Yep. Be first and 10 from the 1 now. Flip over to Camel here, Mike. That's a touchdown for Camel. Let's listen in on it.
And 5 touchdown Campbell as they finally find their first
Scotty called it.
score
We'll show
of the
it.
season.
Thanks,
as
Scotty.
the crowd.
We're going to head game 10. Lakeview, Eric, is about to put the finishing touches on LeBray here.
Looks like we got Liverpool scoring here too,
Liverpool
Mike.
in again.
I'll push that one up to 41.
Chris
Cutting an extra
Sigler
point.
on the call there.
Siggy and Aaron Mosier out there.
Yeah, they're having a little fun.
All right, maybe it was a 2-pointer. What do I know? I'm just going along for the ride at this point.
We're going with the flow here.
Got Lakeview here, Mike. You want to listen in?
Yeah, let's listen in. Who we got up there?
Once again,
That's Richie.
Bartram on
That's
the carry. He's going
Brian
to walk into the
Oakridge.
end zone. Touchdown,
Sorry.
Bulldogs. 34-0, folks.
Looks like that one's officially done there, Mike. That'll be a running clock for Lakeview now.
Yeah. B just yelling out, Omaha to game 2.
When he picked off Boardman and puts them in towards the red zone.
Wow. Mooney has played a good game. DJ Dota, he's going to have a lot of nightmares when he watches this tape.
That's a huge interception there.
Landon Hafner with a 4-yard touchdown. That's been all Southern over McDonald. Jamie even told us on the show today, he said McDonald's not quite back to what they're used to. He says they're about a year away yet. So they're taking their lumps now, but that'll be a pretty good team.
I
Dan
can believe that.
Williams seems to always have things dialed in up there.
I know Southern a little bit better than most coaching at Lisbon and stuff like that, but yeah, Southern's capable of reloading every year, it seems like.
Well, they are, but it also helps when you return 10 starters on each side of the ball. Now, I know a lot of those guys play both ways.
Absolutely. And
But that's still 10 guys that had all kinds of experience last year.
not only that, just like you said, Hefner just scored. That's a big freshman stepping in there, getting some minutes.
Yeah. Game down on the lower screen. That's our new little flip for you this year. We got the Audible call under me. We got our sponsors flying up above, but we keep games up for you all the time now here on the Audible Call, brought to you by the WRS Wealth Advisors. They make everything possible here.
As much as as the people at home want to see you, Mike, we'll zoom in on this game.
Okay. And we'll listen to Donnie Riccatelli.
Mooney content to let some clock run here. High snap. Pass is picked off.
Not sure.
That's Aiden Berg, the junior defensive back for Boardman.
Not sure where he was running to.
And
intercepted by number 11, Aiden Berg of the Spartans defense.
Talk about turnabout fortune there. All of a sudden, Boardman keeps life in this one. Their defense comes up, makes a big play, Goldberg. Break it down for us.
They really needed that when you're looking at a game, both teams struggling to score against good defense. I think keeping some points off the board for Mooney there is big for Boardman.
All right, so we'll keep floating around that game. And here we go. Boardman, basically 91 yards they need. The offense has struggled at times tonight. Let's go back. We'll listen to Donnie Riccatelli some more.
okay, Thomas Andahar is in the backfield for Boardman. They get another opportunity here. He'll call his own number, and he'll be ridden out of bounds on the far sideline.
Andahar on the carry for the Spartans. Good for a gain of about 6. Multiple Cardinal Mini.
Gain of 6, second down and 4. Ball's at the 15-yard line.
I feel like there's been 9 minutes on the clock for 24 years now.
Well, between the cramps and the exchanges of interceptions, I think you're right.
Looks like that's going to be enough for a first down.
Oh, Soltis or Streeter with a quick pass out to Streeter to number 8, Doman again. So it's a quick screen there just to try to get some breathing room out to, looks like the 5-yard line. So 2 more yards they were able to get. So 3rd and 6. G-Men get a stop here. They can go after a punt, really flip this game. So Streever's going to try to sprint around. He's going to get sacked, and there's going to be a safety. Streever is sacked for a safety.
Spotted at the 40. They didn't get it. And now Coach McKenzie going to go out and tend to his injured player, Jones, down on the ground. But it's going to be a turnover on downs. It's Indian Valley football at the 40 when we come back.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storm over the next couple of hours.
Not only they lose the points, now they have to punt the ball to the G-Men.
There's no sense in it. You got a winding clock. You're under 6:45 to go in the 4th.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Davis is in the backfield. Haney's in the backfield. Hardy split out wide right. There was movement on that Minerva line, but there was also movement on that right side of the Potters. It's Nate Smith.
Looks like they're calling false start.
I think he got.
Again, man.
Why not? He's had some extra time in between plays as well. He's going to be back out there.
There it is.
And looks like he'll maintain his position in the Wildcat.
Here we go.
So we'll take this one right off the 18. 5.5 to go in the 3rd. As he will take it again up the middle, pushing over guys down to the 13.
Meanwhile, outside the stadium, we have some extra activity.
Looks like we have fire department heading out.
Hopefully everybody's all right.
Yeah, saw them leaving the parking lot here.
A lot of things to work on for both teams this next week in practice. Geddes with the ball. He's going to throw. He has Leo again down the middle. Leo into the end zone. Touchdown, G-Men.
Penalty. This also makes it 2nd and 13. As a low snap picked up by Mixon, chunked over the middle and incomplete as he was just trying to get rid of it. Well, now we do have an ambulance leaving the stadium on the far side.
By the way, number 2, and he's going
He
to
is
find a hole.
off.
He's off, and there it is, a touchdown here. Very ecstatic crowd up on their feet as they should be, as that will get it to a
Rockets,
16
they are back
point
in it.
for the Rockets. See if they can get to 17, or let's see if they can try and make it 2 here, get it to 18, and make it a 10-point difference. 10 points would just be a touchdown and a field goal.
I think they go for 2 here. We'll see.
It looks like they might be. It looks like they're getting ready to kick. I don't think they're too
No.
desperate for a 2 yet. They're in formation for a kick.
Smart move.
Some trickery here.
Unless
can
it's a
be
trick
made.
play. You've been fooled.
To really get out there and get on top of a big play. As Gurley alone
Look here.
on the left.
Last time he threw it, you know who he went to.
Bradley
Look at
in the
Gurley.
slot.
Look at Gurley here too.
And rolling out left side. Pete to the end zone. He's got Gurley 3 feet in bounds. No problems there. Gurley connecting again with Pete for a 13-yard touchdown as the Eagles go up again.
What did I just say, man? Look up.
Well, you saw it here on the audible call. Touchdown for Valley Christian. They answered the one that Camel had. And back out to Mineral Ridge. Cardinal Mooney playing there this season, hosting Boardman. Still 7-0 in the fourth quarter. The Spartans defense came away with a big play, and guess what? They just answered. They've cut it to 1. We'll keep it there for the all-important extra point. Let's go to Donnie because I know we'll be a little excited on this call.
You could just tell how they were moving the ball, running the ball well, and Ortiz finally breaking through with the home run ball.
So now the Spartans are an extra point away from tying this ball game with 6 minutes and 4 seconds left to play. On to attempt his first high school extra point at the varsity level, Austin Conkson. He's a junior soccer player. His brother Cole kicked for the Spartans last year. Ortiz is the holder. Snap is down. Kick is up. And it's good. So with 6 minutes, 4 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter, the Cardinal Mooney Cardinals 7, the Boardman Spartans 7.
6:04 to play.
You're not waiting to see what.
And now what do you do?
I just continue on. I mean, for the most part, hand this ball off. Pushing forward. Looks like that is number 15, McCulley. Maybe got in. It's going to be marked down right at the 1.
Here's the thing. We saw them take the knee on the 2 point, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I
just
agree
continuing
with that.
on with what they're doing.
At this point, I don't know. Do you take that same concept?
Just because it's at 3 minutes, I don't think it's a good, viable situation for them. Just lean forward here. I think you're probably going to see McCulley try to just QB sneak this in and see what they can get. But maybe not. Maybe be a little bit more manageable with the play clock. We'll see if that's the case.
Chuck McCulley, the junior.
McCulley just staring down that play clock right now, waiting for it to get under 5 minutes. And I guarantee the way they're lined up, he's going forward.
Listed as a wide receiver.
And actually, hey, nice call there, partner. That was a kneel.
Yep.
So they'll take a knee at this spot.
And that's not a. I mean, listen.
Yes.
Very nice.
Wow, Bulldogs get into the end zone for the second time this game. 11:56 to go in the fourth. Cut the lead down to 18. Looks like Ryan Rosen for the PAT.
A little bit of a handshake and some sportsmanship as well.
Yeah. And under 10 seconds, as you can see on the play clock.
And you're pretty safe from a standpoint. I don't know if there's enough room necessarily for McDonald to do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's fourth. They'll run it down to about a minute. which should get us probably should be done. Really, you think about it. By the time
In
they
the
change
grand
over
scheme
stuff,
of things, when it comes to punts or turnovers on downs, now the clock does stop, if I'm not mistaken, on a turnover or down.
I don't know if it will because it didn't the last
Or
time.
change of possession.
They
I
might
should
just
say.
look the other way.
But nevertheless, this score doesn't look to be changing anytime soon. And
No.
we're going to see Southern move on and be 1-0. And McDonald, going into week 2, trying to pick up their first victory.
Very challenging MVAC schedule for McDonald this year as well. I mean,
it's a good
we saw
conference.
Springfield. It's anybody's conference. So this does absolutely nothing to dash those hopes for a conference title. But for Southern,
Hodge, Owens, and Wilcox. Hendricks. Give to Wilcox. Wilcox with some room. He's got the first down and more. He's looking for the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown.
I know we were talking earlier today. They said Hubbard had struggled during their scrimmages. They're not struggling tonight. They've looked pretty good. They've very well distributed that ball around the offense. They've had some things cooking there. And is that Southern knocking on the door?
Looks like McDonald has the ball, but game's almost over, I believe.
Like Omaha final from JFK, 44-14.
44-14, Warren JFK a winner. We can also tell you that Steubenville shut out Louisville 21-0.
Looks like Hubbard just got a 2-point conversion there, Mike, as well.
Okay. Move along. Struthers up big, 49-6 in the fourth.
Looks like that'll do it from Southern, 42-7 over McDonald.
Yeah. Is that the final?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes, it is. 42-7.
Take a look here at Canfield West Branch. Mike, you want to listen in?
Yeah, let's listen in.
A long play here. Lowry waits to keep it. Lowry going to get to the outside. Nicely done by West Branch. So West Branch stops him for about 4 yards, and Lowry waited as long as he could before he pulled that one out. And West Branch, now, you're setting up, an opportunity potentially get off of the field here. And if you can limit Canfield, to a little gain here. Obviously, if Canfield gets a nice, decent gain here, you'd imagine they'd go for it here. But 3rd and 19 after the 4-yard run there.
Really rally the troops, as it's been all Indian Valley since the deep touchdown pass to Colton Thomas early in the third quarter. Gavin Henry. House call. 33-yard touchdown for the Braves. And it's a 3-score game in favor of Indian Valley, 37-0.
No.
Sifke to pass now. Quick pass. Stauffer. Oh, and he drops it. Unable to corral it. That'd have been a nice catch there. He had some separation on the quick slant. So 3rd and 5 here. Not sure if I agree with that call. If that was that was a good spot for it,
I think
because it stops the clock.
It does stop the clock, but I think what you're trying to catch him off guard there. Maybe with a quick slant.
Yeah, I mean, Sifke, they definitely went max protect there, too. Both backs stayed in to block. I mean, he had time. Sifke takes it, hands it off. Colvin's got it. Right off right guard. He's done. There goes Hayden Colvin breaking through. Touchdown, Lisbon.
Wow, Lisbon. Aiden Coleman with a touchdown run. That pretty much puts the icing on the cake there, and that's a big, big win for Lisbon to come out and get this one, the first of the season. We go down to Beloit. Canfield on the move again. This one could really put a grip on the Cardinals.
It's kind of what we were talking about earlier, Mike, is just kind of that physicality is wearing down West Branch, it seems like.
Well, it's almost like a flip of the switch from the first half to the second half. Like it was kind of a chess match. You score, we'll get this and that. And West Branch had a couple opportunities to take control of it, but Canfield kept answering the bell, and all of a sudden, the second half, it's been all Cardinals.
Omaha, Mike, Liberty won't die.
Liberty.
Looks like
Liberty.
that's a touchdown right there,
Liberty.
Mike, for Canfield, pushing
Canfield
that
in.
one up 35-19.
There you go. From there, we can get to game 11. Liberty's on, well, they just scored to cut it there. Richie Giuliano says there's 31 seconds left in the third there.
That's a long game.
True to Liberty fashion, it looks like it's going to be a close one.
Yeah.
How many close ones did they have last
They had a bunch. They were a couple plays away from being a playoff team. Yeah. Can tell you this, there's 5 minutes left up in Lowville. It's 55-14. Columbiana has scored. If I'm in Lowville, the only time it leaves the ground is when the center hikes it to the queue right here. I'm
That's not how
throwing another
Lowville plays,
pass.
though. That's the thing. Lowville is one of those teams that kind of is
They-
almost air raid.
They thrive on the passing game.
What's that?
I'm guessing he's not in here right now.
No, I would be willing to bet you that, too. I think it's his younger brother is the backup quarterback, actually.
Yeah.
You want to listen in on Richie here?
Yeah,
On the
let's
Western
listen.
Reserve Liberty game?
In momentum. So far here in the third quarter, they've got 2 drives, 1 interception, and 2 punts so far. They'll hand it off on the first play. It goes to Darney, and Darney is going to be brought down from behind by number 44 and Michael Morgan. Number 20 and Jameer Franklin also in on the tackle. Just a short gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. And this will end the third quarter. Clock below 5. They're going to try and get a last play off. 2 seconds, 1 second, and the whistle is blown. That's the end of the third quarter. We go to the fourth in a 1-possession game here on YSN.
My guy keeps it 100. Let's create some unity amongst these girls and create Lady Spartan Strength, which was a phenomenal training program for every female athlete at Boardman. So kudos to them for getting that up and running, and we can only hope to continue and expand off of it for years to come.
Yeah, that got a lot of play in the press. I think a couple of the local media outlets came and covered that, but tremendous participation. I think that'll pay dividends in all the sports going forward.
It will. Short punt by Mooney. If I'm Boardman, get away from it.
Absolutely get away from it. And that'll drop out of bounds, and Boardman's going to get the football back on the Mooney side of the field. Looks to be at the 48-yard line.
Going blitz here on this left side. If he comes, I would think the running back going to try to pick him up. Here he comes by the quarterback, chucks one down, receiver open, and that's going to be, who's running him down? Stauffer, not able to get to him. Wyndham touchdown, and there's the big play.
They don't call them the Bombers for no reason at all. That's a long touchdown. Yeah, you got to live up to that name. We're going to throw a couple finals out at you. East Liverpool 44-7 as they beat Minerva. Fitch 42-10 over Foothill. Lakeview ends a 16-game regular season losing streak, 34-7 over LeBray. Southern 42-7 over McDonald. And Steubenville blanks Louisville 21-0, and Warren JFK 44-14 over Champion. And speaking of games that are going right down to the wire, how about Cardinal Mooney and Boardman? Knotted up at 7. This one has to be late in the fourth quarter. I was going to say we could go there, but Donnie Riccatelli's not going to be able to tell us much during a timeout. Somebody owes us a quarter. We're collecting this year. Extra point up now for Wyndham. That one's pretty much over. Canfield game pretty much decided. Beaver Local takes a tough one. They're down 18 points in the fourth quarter. And we still got a ball game out at Western Reserve, but it appears the Blue Devils trying to drive against Liberty. That one's a 7-point ball game. We'll keep our eyes on that one.
You want to listen in on the Hubbard game here, Mike?
Yeah, let's go up to Hubbard.
With the score 28-8, 4th down and 7. Looks like they're bringing off the offense, and they're just going to punt this one away. I'm a little surprised, I think, at this point that they're just going to go ahead and give it back. But also, Thomas Nickerson, we know that he's pretty good at faking these punts. He might try it again.
Honestly, I mean, that wouldn't be such a bad idea. It worked before. Why can't it work again?
Hubbard kind of anticipating that is Caden Smaldino. Now he's going to drop back deep late. Nice little spiral kick. Smaldino not going to pick this one up. He waves it off. It's going to roll all the way down to the 25-yard line. And not too many punts have been fielded here. The ones that were all by Ben Wilcox. And you guys got back there deep. Got to be able to step up and field those ones. I mean, it takes that bounce, and they lost maybe an extra, 10, 15 yards, David?
Yeah.
Andahar grabs a snap that was not perfectly to him, and he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Loses about a half a yard, second down and 10.
2nd and 11.
Looks like they're content running some of this clock too, which is going to help them also catch their breath a little bit.
Pistol formation. Ortiz behind Andahar. He'll give it to Ortiz. Ortiz behind that Boardman offensive line, which gets a nice push.
For the Spartans.
He'll get 4 down to the 15. He'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Taken out by Adam Garlock of the Mooney defense. 3rd and 7.
You know, if you're Boardman again, I think you're running the ball and maybe putting yourself in a good position to maybe kick a field goal.
Yeah.
Looks like Dota's going to call a timeout here. He's pretty close. Well, maybe not.
No,
maybe
he sprinted down the field like he was, but now he's not. He didn't. Play clock at 10. Andahar over the middle. He had his receiver, but he just overthrew him.
Torres.
That was Isaiah Torres.
Falls incomplete.
So the only issue with that, though, Don, is it stops the clock at 3:04 to go. You know,
and he's going to send Austin Conkson out here to attempt a field goal. It'll be a 32-yarder, 31-yarder from the hash mark.
he's got plenty of leg.
He sure does. Pressure situation here for Conkson. Number 80.
6 seconds on the play clock, though.
They're going to use a timeout.
Definitely call a timeout.
Darney fights it back to the original line of scrimmage. He takes it all the way out to the outside. It was number 3 who was there.
Another move, and he's going to get tackled at about the 10-yard line, and that's going to be a face mask. Nicely done. Through the shields to Christian Mardick, who was tackled there on the play by a face mask. And something came off of his helmet, I believe. Shamard looking to get that one back on, but Drew DeShields putting a nice drive together, and West Branch in prime position to potentially score here right before the end of the quarter. And a good call there by the referees. It is indeed a face mask.
Well, Austin trying to do the same thing and give him a lead over Cardinal Mooney. Ball game is tied, 7-7. We'll see if it's tied after this play. Fernando Ortiz, the holder, high snap, gets it down, kick is up, and the kick is good. You can tell from the reaction of the Boardman band.
Wow, just enough to make it over the crossbar.
So the score now with 3 minutes and 4 seconds to play, and the clock did not even run on that play. We were at 3:04 before the play. The clock didn't run at all. It's still at 3:04.
Should have been at least 3 minutes.
Should be a few seconds should have come off there, and I would wonder if the officials are going to notice that. Because that timeout was at 3:04, and the clock did not move during that play.
And something came off of his helmet, I believe. Shamard looking to get that one back on, but Drew DeShields putting a nice drive together, and West Branch in prime position to potentially score here right before the end of the quarter. And a good call there by the referees. It is indeed a face mask. So inside the 5-yard line is West Branch. First down in goal. DeShields going to keep it. He's going to run up the middle. Touchdown, West Branch. The Warriors are back on the board. And Drew DeShields making it happen here right before the end of the third quarter.
The Warriors refuse to go away. Drew DeShields with the touchdown, 2-point conversion, no good, but it's still only a 10-point game. A lot of time left down in Beloit, so this one is not over. That's an absolute packed house down there at West Branch checking out this ball game.
Look like at the same time we just got one at Western Reserve too. Western Reserve punched one in.
So they get another one, and that pretty much should seal the deal.
There, yeah.
Thank you, Nate. Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Motion, and they will give the jet sweep. Now he's looking to throw, airs it out to the end zone. It's caught by Cannon. An over-the-shoulder catch from 16 out. A touchdown, Blue Devils. His second touchdown of the night. Little trickery there from Coach Armini. And it's a throw.
Good pursuit by Willie Torres.
Over the middle, and pass is broken up across the middle. Tremendous play by Andre Freeman. Hardy, the intended receiver, and Freeman got an arm in there and knocked it away. He was open there for a flash. So the clock will stop with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left to play. 3rd and 10, Cardinal Mooney.
Willie Torres with a really nice pursuit on the quarterback too, so didn't allow him to really let loose on that ball.
Play clock is down to 5. O'Brien back to throw under some pressure.
Oh, it's going to be.
And he is going to be tackled for a loss. Sack on the play by the Boardman defense.
It was almost a strip sack, too. I don't think he saw him on the backside.
Mason Naraki, number 19, in there for Boardman. And it's 4th down and 15 for the Cardinals as the clock is running with 1:42 left to play in the ball game. They've only got one timeout left, and this clock continues to run. 4th and 15. O'Brien across the middle, pass is incomplete. And the Boardman defense and Boardman sideline starts to celebrate because with 1:17 left to play and one Mooney timeout.
Boy, we got a great finish there in Mineral Ridge between Boardman and Mooney. They're slugging it out. Spartans defense looking pretty good right now. And
looks like Palestine's driving here, Mike.
Okay, well, we'll show it.
You want to listen in on the Figlies?
Yeah, let's go to the Figlies with 2:50 left to go in the 4th.
Yeah, Jesse Lip does not hit the hole timid. You notice a lot of that new runners and some of these, high school kids. First down here for the Bulldogs. Passes away. Got it. Complete to Noah McKay. Flag on the play. That's going to give him an extra 15. A little frustration setting in for the Hornets.
Well, I don't think they expected this. They had that real nice run at the end of the second half. They really had the momentum. But the Bulldogs just kept coming back. They, when they get down, they keep on punching.
Yep.
And I don't know that Malvern really expected. I think they expected to kind of coast. And you can't coast on a team that keeps on fighting. And that's exactly what the Bulldogs did tonight. And, they're a little frustrated. They're seeing, we didn't think this was going to happen tonight.
Yep. That's a 15 yards. That'll add to it. So the Bulldogs down within scoring inside the red zone. That ball is going to be moved clear down to the 10-yard line of the Hornets. So it's first and goal now. Can they? Oh, it's just outside the 10. So the Bulldogs can get a first down without going in the end zone, Tim. So we'll see how the Bulldogs play it here. 2:40 to go. Quarterback keeper.
There it is.
Yuri Alchi fights to the 4-yard line.
Showing why he is a guy that's bringing hope for the next 3 years here in East Palestine. What kind of fight he has, play after play. We've seen it.
Timeout on the field by the Bulldogs. 2:24 to go. Bulldogs knocking on the door. We'll be right back. Let's see if
you're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you.
Beautiful when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
And the Boardman faithful beginning to head to the exits, as are the Mooney faithful at this point. Just trying to beat the traffic out of here. Because the clock is now under 40 seconds and running.
Not sure why he's
We'll have to snap it this last time, and then that should do it. So Andahar will take a knee. And the clock will...
The very early stages of the game. Both schools are up on their feet. Both fans are up on their feet. Both the student sections on their feet as well. And I'm sure West Branch is hoping for a magical comeback here. Canfield faithful knows that they need to shut the door here on the Warriors and pull out this week 1 victory. It's the Canfield band playing. Lowry going to pull this one out, and he's going to reverse. Nice throw. And a broken tackle. Another broken tackle down the sidelines. This one is going to be taken out to about the 25-yard line, and a missed tackle there by West Branch. And that is a big-time gain by Danny Inglis. Times that offensive line doesn't get enough credit. What they've been able to do tonight has been spectacular. This is going to be a run there by Inglis. And stopped right at the marker. I do not think he got the first down. And they're going to say he was short. Third down and 1 here. So third and a long one, 10:16 remaining here in the fourth. And this is going to be a Lowry run all the way, it's looking like. And it is. Another design run for Brock Lowry. He does get the corner and just enough to pick up the first down. So clock will stop as Lowry scampered out of bounds. And another Cardinal first down. He's able to turn the corner there, pick up the first down. Clock stops, so West Branch desperately needing a stop here. Not sure if they're going to be able to get it with Lowry back there, quarterback in the offensive line that the Cardinals have. Lowry, another keeper. Lowry follows his blockers. Oh, hurdles a guy and is into the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown. This one could be coming back, though, as we have some flags on the play. But Brock Lowry just hurdled the defender. I mean, what an athlete. And this one, unfortunately for Canfield, coming back. So Lowry hurdled a guy at about the 10-yard line and ran right into the end zone. And that would have been a 13-yard rushing touchdown, I believe, for Brock Lowry. Unfortunately, this one's coming back. This could be a 10-yard penalty. Replay first down, so West Branch able to get a penalty there, and unfortunately the touchdown not going to be counted. A couple final scores here. Hubbard knocks off Youngstown East by a final score of 28-8. United gets a 28-7 win over Waterloo. Valley Christian leads 41-7 over Campbell Memorial at Red Devil Stadium. Lowry going to throw. This is another screen pass. Can they get him down? And they do. Nice job there. It's going to be another completion. Jack Davis, another catch. Second down and 12. Nice 8-yard pickup for Canfield, and that's what Canfield's doing. I mean, they had the first down and 20, but they're getting chunk plays. That's a good 8-yard pickup there on that first down. They're going to give it 2nd and 11 now, so a little bit nicer of a spot for Canfield. We'll see. Running back comes to the right side. Lowry again. Going to keep it himself. Lowry going to turn the corner, but West Branch quick to the football there. We'll see where they mark him there. Should be about a 3, maybe 4-yard gain.
It's third down.
And they're going to give him more than that, so they're going to say Lowry gets 5. And then it's going to be 3rd down and 6. This is interesting here because if West Branch does get a stop here, does Canfield decide to, they're close enough where their kicker has the range. Should they kick the field goal? You would imagine they would, but would not surprise me at all if the Cardinals decide to go for it. Lowry going to keep it himself, follow blockers, and Lowry going to push forward. And we'll see if that's enough for a Cardinal first down. Striefler into Shields on the tackle. 4th down and 1. And Canfield says, we're going for it again. We have Brock Lowry back there. We're going to end the game. I think if you're West Branch, I think you put everyone up front. If he throws a touchdown, then he throws a touchdown. But I think you got to put everyone up front here to try and make a stop, make a stand, make a play. Lowry again, the keeper. Lowry, and he is going to push the pile. That's going to be close. I'm not sure if he got it. Let's see where they mark it. I don't know if he got that or not. Let's see if he got it. West Branch signaling as if Canfield didn't get it. Canfield signaling as they got it. We'll see where the refs spot the ball here. I don't know. They're gonna bring the chains out. This is a crucial play for West Branch here. They can potentially get this stop here. This would be big. We'll see where they mark him.
All right, big measurement coming up here in West Branch. What's your eyes seeing there, Nate?
It's going to be close. Spots probably the big difference in the game here. West Branch might have enough time, a little bit of a chance left if they got a stop, but looks like a little bit of excitement there. Going to be West Branch ball.
All right, so they stand, get that, and the Warriors still got a heartbeat. They're alive in this one. How about from there we switch over to Lisbon?
Ball carried for the Blue Devils. No gain on the play. Ball is at the 17-yard line. 4th down and 14 for the Blue Devils.
4th and 14. They're going to go for it here. Motion. Oh, and the fumble scooped up and going back the other way.
He's got a full open field.
And 25 closing the gap, but not able to.
Kyle Wyndham returned for a Wyndham touchdown.
So that is the 4th.
Wow. Wyndham bombs away again. They live up to their nickname, but the only problem is most of their bombs have been deflected because Lisbon still in control of this one, 40-25 right now. That one is late in the 4th. Beaver Local Indian Valley still going on. Canfield still up 10. West Branch still has some life left in them. Liberty, Western Reserve still in action, as is Mineral Ridge and Pie Valley. I take that back. Mineral Ridge won that one 41-8. That game is in the books.
Looks like it is West Branch ball on that spotting there, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, these officials in this one have been talking about it for a solid 4 minutes, I think. I hope they got it figured out.
Well, I would hope they had it figured out because the West Branch kids, you want to talk about a slide of emotion.
They knew what was going on.
Yeah.
You want to listen in here, Mike?
Yeah, let's go down to West Branch and listen in here for a little bit.
It's going to be a false start on West Branch, so that's going to push them further back. And that's going to be a false start there on West Branch. And they're at the 2-yard line now. DeShields just going to keep it himself. No. And yeah, Drew DeShields just going to keep it himself. Unfortunately, they got the stop there, but they are now plagued with not so great field position. So 2nd down and 9, 2-yard gain there. DeShields again, going to go shotgun. He's going to throw over the middle, and Perry. That one going to fall incomplete. 3rd down and 9. And again, DeShields tries to throw the slant route to Anthony Perry there. And Perry, unfortunately, couldn't come up with a pass or couldn't come up with a reception. Good defense there by the Cardinals. And Cardinals going to try and get a defensive stand here. And we'll see if West Branch can get that 1st down or even get close. DeShields going to throw, and that one going to be incomplete, intended for Christian Martin. And DeShields took a shot there at the end of the play. And unfortunately, West Branch has to punt the football away. So they got the stop that they needed, and unfortunately couldn't make anything happen out of it. Back there to receive for Canfield is number 5, Gavin Rumman. So Rumman back there to receive. And not a great kick. Fair catch there by number 10, Scotty Eaton at the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Cardinals. So West Branch going to need another big stop.
They need a 3 and out. They need a 3 and out or a throw. Let's be honest.
And with 7:09 left to go into this game, if they don't get a 3 and out or if they don't get a turnover, and both teams have, taken care of the ball today. We haven't seen any turnovers here besides the 2-point conversion interception by Drew DeShields. Lowry going to run it himself, and he's got all kinds of room. Lowry going to go, and we got another flag. Brock Lowry scores another touchdown, but it looks like this one could be coming back once again. And that is now twice where Brock Lowry has ran right into the end zone. But
the track surrounding the field, getting ready to celebrate with their Indian Valley Braves. An opening night victory. Johnston running around the left side there. A solid gain. Set them second down and short, but I'm not sure they're going to get a playoff. 130 seconds left to go here in the fourth. They are going to get one more playoff, but it looks like this one could be it. Johnston out of the shotgun. Takes a snap, and he'll hand it off. Running up the middle. Looked like that was Tyler Purdue. That was actually, excuse me, that's not Tyler Purdue. That's number 88, Brock Sievers on the carry. 8 seconds left. Johnston's going to get another snap off, and he's going to fake the handoff to Sievers, running left side, trying to bounce around a tackle, but he's going to be wrapped up and brought out of bounds with 0.7 of a second left. And I think the refs may wave this one off as this game is over. Nope, 0.7 of a second is going to be good enough for the Beavers to run a play. This one will officially be the last one of the game. Johnston in the shotgun again. Takes a snap, fakes a handoff over the middle, incomplete. Was looking for Owen Bisnack over the middle.
Very intense for a patient.
1st and 10 inside the 40. Give credit to the offensive line in this last drive for Western Reserve, who's tired, but they continue to push and fight here in the final possession. Back to Darney again. Good push. Big hole, and he's tackled right around the 30. It's number 20 on the tackle, and Jameer Franklin. So Franklin with the tackle. And it's second down and short now. Second and 2 for the Blue Devils. Glad he could join us here on YSN. One of 23 games we had tonight. We had 10 more last night, so it's 33 games total to kick off the first week of the Ohio high school football season. Cannon to the outside, looking to get the corner, and there's going to be a hold. That's going to go against Luke Ramsey, the wide receiver.
Or not. Ball at the 45-yard line here. 7 minutes right on the dot remaining here in this week 1 matchup. So that was a 5-yard penalty, I guess. Something happened, but all right. Brock Lowry going to go empty here, and you'd imagine they're going to try and take a shot here, at least over the middle. Maybe not. It's a Lowry run, and no, it's not. Nice tackle there by the West Branch defense. Thomas Egley in there on the tackle, as is number 29, Trent Striefler. So Trent Striefler, we've been hearing his name called a lot tonight as a senior, making plays defensively. Second down and 27, and right now West Branch, this is prime position for them to potentially get a stop here and give the ball back to the offense. 6:19 to go, so clock winding down as Canfield looking to go under center here. Cardinals just now it's gonna be a fake. Lowry, pressure, nowhere to go, and he's just gonna have to throw it away. Nicely done by the Warrior offense, or by the Warrior defense. So 3rd down and 27, and it's simple here. Don't give up the 27 yards. Don't give up close to the 27 yards. I mean, if it's a 3rd and 10, Canfield might go for it, So, I mean, if you could get them still in that, 3rd and maybe 15, 20-ish range, I think you're good to see a punt here for the Cardinals. West Branch's defense if they can get back-to-back stops here, that'd be huge for the defense and a huge confidence booster, not just in this game, but going forward the rest of the season. Still time left, though. 6 minutes, 6 seconds to go. 6:06, and we got another stoppage of time. And they're going to reset the ball. So still a 35-25 score here. And here we go. Lowry going to throw. No. Is he going to run? He's got no one. He's going to throw this one deep. And it's incomplete almost. Caught there by number 11. That would have been Danny Inglis. Lowry looked like. And we have a flag on the play. And Brock Lowry is shaken up. And we'll see what the play is.
You know, I'm watching Lowry making his move as he's rolling to his right and getting shorter and shorter distance to the sideline. Just that, and all of a sudden he's still doing a jump. Pretty 3rd down and 12 here for the Western Reserve Blue Devils. Richie Giuliano back with you here on YSN. Well, they have bled the clock all the way down from 7 minutes here in this 4th quarter. Give credit to the offensive line. They're going to look to throw it. Henning dumps it. Cannon wide open in stride. Touchdown. Cannon's got his 3rd touchdown tonight. And Western Reserve puts the nail in the coffin. It's now 40-20. So that'll pretty much do it. Ethan Cannon with his 2nd touchdown of this quarter. The kicker, Andre Chudasoy, will try and boot it through. And this one is straight through. 41-20. It's a 21-point advantage for the Blue Devils. 1:30.
West Branch, so most likely here is if Carnegie can field this one clean or if it goes into the end zone for a touchback, West Branch will get the ball back here with about 5 minutes, probably about 5 minutes, 45 seconds remaining. This one going to be fair caught here. No, did it touch Carnegie? And I don't think it touched Carnegie. And I thought it hit Carnegie, and Carnegie barely got out of the way there. And so it will be West Branch ball. But Mike Carnegie was this close to touching that football. And that's one of those ones where he's going to call the fair catch and then, came up on it and said, you know what, I'm going to let this one bounce. And big play there by Carnegie. DeShields going to throw. That one's going to be caught, and he's going to be tackled immediately. Austin Molinex there on the reception. So West Branch going to have to hurry up here. They want to get something to go. Only a 1 yard gain there.
Here we go. Empty backfield
for Drew DeShields. DeShields once again going to throw. Nice quick pass. Mardick going to break free, and he's going to get a nice gain there. And that's going to be close, but not enough. So 3rd down and 1, still taking their time here. And you would think West Branch might have a little bit more sense of urgency here at this point into the game. With 4:07 remaining, DeShields is going to run. Nowhere to go. He's going to throw. He's going to find a wide open Boston Molinex, who makes a nice catch and gets out of bounds. And Molinex still fired up there on the sideline, showing a little bit of toughness. And that's Boston Molinex there, the sophomore running back. And he's a pretty good athlete and very strong young player. And he's the guy that squats over 400 pounds. So Austin Molinek showing you why he's very strong. DeShields once again. DeShields going to air it out deep. He's got a man, and that's incomplete. Joey Jackson was running free. Oh, Anthony Perry, excuse me, was running free there. So just out of the arm's reach there. DeShields once again going to have to run, and he's got room to run. He's going to go. He's got an opportunity, and he's going to be taken down, excuse me, past the 40-yard line, and is that going to be good enough for a first down? And it is. So they've really been able to, Campbell's done a nice job of containing Drew DeShields. That time he was able to find a hole and pick up a first down. Nicely done there. DeShields going to.
Well, we're down to one game left playing tonight. It's Canfield and West Branch. The Cardinals have a 10-point lead, 35-25, roughly around 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter down in Beloit. But we have all the other finals in. We are going to transition to our Joe Dickey Electric Scoreboard show. But first, we got to pay a few bills. And thank you, WRS Wealth Advisors, our sponsor here on the Audible Call. But when we come back, we will have the Joe Dickey Electric Scoreboard show for you.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Jimmy Sutton here, director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. when medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen. We are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats, because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience, WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit wrswealth.com. Good luck, athletes.
Welcome back. We're starting our Joe Dickey Electric scoreboard, but boy, we've got a great finish brewing down in Beloit. West Branch has just scored. They've cut the lead to 35-31. Pending the extra point, it can be a 3-point ball game. So I'm going to say this is not over by all. Bad snap. And just like that, the 2-point conversion is snuffed out. So if West Branch gets back, they've got to have a touchdown to win this one. So we'll see how it goes. All right, we'll run down the scores. We got some of our crews are going to be calling in. Beaver Local hit the road tonight, went to Indian Valley, and it was not good news to start the season for Mr. McKenzie's football team. They lose 41-20. Boardman comes up with 10 points in the fourth quarter to rally past Cardinal Mooney. This was a defensive struggle. Both defenses were up to the task tonight, but the Spartans come away the winner in that one as DJ Dota's team gets the win. Garrettsville Garfield, they had no problem with Cardinal. They beat them 40-12. And Quinn, we got to see the Lowville show, the Vinny Balone show. He was in full command of that game tonight against Columbiana.
Yeah, definitely, Mike. I mean, that's a 3-year process that we've been talking about. You know, I think he's a 4-year starter quarterback for Lowville.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, their whole offense is built around what he's going to do with Luceni.
Yeah.
And today it showed.
Yeah. 55-14 the final from there. Hubbard, they beat East 28-8. East Liverpool goes on the road. They get the win at Minerva 44-7. Girard, hey, they look pretty good. That's a team that I think people might be sleeping on, but that is an impressive win coming from them as they go on the road, beat the Rockets 42-24. So I got to guess West Branch has to go for an onside kick here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there is very little time left, if I'm not mistaken.
What the heck? I don't even know what happened there.
I don't know if that went 10.
Maybe a timeout call before the kick. Not real sure. It looked like they
it looks like something because it
it
looked like it just stopped. So we are going to keep that game rolling for you. And then also we can tell you tonight that Grand Valley Jefferson, that one was all Jefferson. Our 440 crew had that game 66-27. Fitch gets the season off with a 42-10 win over Henderson International. Foothill. LeBray, they lose to Lakeview. The Bulldogs ending a 16-game regular season losing streak, 34-7. Western Reserve, John Armini, his first game for the Blue Devils, They're a winner, 47-20 over Liberty. Malvern is the winner as they defeat East Palestine tonight by the final score of 31-14. And as we move along, we can also tell you that some of the other scores coming in from around tonight. McDonald, they had a tough one. They fall to Southern Local. The final in that one was 42-7. Middle Ridge goes up to Pie Valley. They get a win 48-7. Struthers, no problem. We checked in there a few times, Quinn. That one was all Wildcats, 49-6. Steubenville shuts out Louisville 21-0. Valley Christian 47-7 over Camel. Warren JFK, they lost a lot, but boy, they got a pretty good player in Hadley. His crew, they had everything cooking tonight against Champion, 44-14. Wyndham falls to Lisbon as they get the victory tonight. The Blue Devils winning on their brand new turf field, 40-25. And United, a winner over Waterloo, 28-7. So there's your final scores as we check them out, but we still have one game still to be decided. Canfield, West Branch, they're in the fourth quarter, late. It's 35-31. It's got to be around, I would say, about 2 minutes left in that one, but we'll keep that moving along. Some of our crew guys are going to be checking in with us. They'll let us know how night one broke down for us. I noticed tonight, maybe a little more than last night, Quinn, a lot of players down cramping tonight. There were still a lot of flags, illegal procedures, false starts, approachment on defense, and some flags that were curious to me. I mean, I saw some where I'm thinking that's definitely roughing the passer or, roughing the punter, roughing the kicker, and some were called, some weren't. But I think maybe it's just judgment play.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know how judgment calls are. You've done this long enough that you know that you're never going to win those calls. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's been some cramping and stuff. A lot of it's the first week. So, you're getting a lot of that stuff going through. Refs are in their first week. I mean, scrimmages, you get refs for scrimmages, but there's nothing like week one. You can't simulate week one.
Yeah. And I always laugh because in all my years that I did this, you would listen to a coach, and even if they won week one, they weren't happy most of the time. I can't remember too many coaches going, that was perfect. That's exactly how we drew it up. And they would all be like, I can't wait till we get to week two because I've got some mistakes to correct. Every coach will be very critical win or lose in week one.
Yeah, I mean, I get spoiled. I get to do the coach at corners with Steve Leslie. So I get to talk with Seth Antrim, and I get to talk to Coach Pav, and being a Canfield grad and stuff like that. I've known Coach Pav for a while, and he is never. I don't want to say he's never happy, but he's that kind of coach that knows that there's always work to be done to keep going for the end goal, not just week by week.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, look at the play that's coming up now. It's like third and maybe a half a yard, and this could be the ball game.
Absolutely.
And I know the way Coach Pav's thinking over there, like, do not false start. Do not jump this. Make sure we got every guy that has to be on the line of scrimmage. Like, he's one of the coaches that I just love because he dots the I's, crosses the T's. He probably puts in more work than most coaches even think about. I can remember times when we'd go to interview him, he'd be like, you got to give me 15 minutes. I'm still looking at film. You got to give me this. I got to talk to a player because I got to put him in an unnatural position this week because of an injury, and it'd be like, well, what do you mean? Well, I can't tell you because if I tell you, then everybody else is going to know because you're going to report it, but he was coy enough to say, hey, be on the look. And then all of a sudden you get to the game and the kid that was the fullback is now the starting right guard. So
yeah, he's one of those coaches that I've kind of been able to watch over the years. And it seems like he always has, he's going 1,000 miles an hour every week, but he's always prepared for almost every situation that comes his way.
Well, and the funny thing, as long as he's coached, he's probably seen almost every situation.
Oh, yeah.
I think one of my favorite memories was when they made a title run back in the 90s. At least they got to the state championship game. They had to go take on Bishop Watterson, and they played at Massillon Tiger Stadium. Bishop Watterson was #1 in the state. They were undefeated. They had I think 7 or 8 players were going full D1, right? Canfield didn't have a chance. They won that game.
Mm-hmm.
And I will never, ever forget the look on his face, because while a lot of people were like, you didn't have a shot, in his mind, he knew he could win that game.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like he envisioned it, dialed it up, and he had the perfect game plan.
100%.
So
that's just the Pav way in my mind. I mean, it's, I've being the Canfield grad, like I've seen it for so long that like I grew accustomed to it. Like I just naturally is like, oh yeah,
okay,
that's how we're gonna be. Okay,
yeah,
cool,
absolutely. So they got the first down. Still not able to kneel down on it, but. And this is perfect Canfield
that's still
football.
Yeah, that's Canfield football. Ground and pound. He
loves this.
He loves it. They all do. I mean, it's not just Coach Pav. The offensive line loves grounding and pounding. They love those 3-4 yard runs a piece, and they're gonna get those first downs when you think that West Branch might have had some momentum. They're trying to come back and stuff like that. They're gonna take the air out of it as a basketball coach.
Yeah,
got to say it, but. They'll take the air out of it, and they'll ground you, and they'll get their yards, and they'll go get first downs.
Any game that surprised you tonight that maybe you weren't thinking like was going to go the way it did?
Maybe the Fitch game, just because I don't know what Las Vegas football has outside of Bishop Gorman. I don't know what they're all about, but that one was a little surprising to me. Beaver Local, that one was a little surprising too. I know Beaver Local is a pretty solid team this year. Seeing them play Indian Valley and stuff like that, that was a good game. Other than that, I mean, it was kind of the way I expected it to be. I think the biggest surprise to me, I don't know about you, Nate, Lakeview. I think that could be one that I would say would probably be the biggest surprise, shutting out LeBray, just because of LeBray's football and how they play. I figured that might be a game as well.
Yeah, I think a little surprise there with Lakeview, but let's talk about MVAC a little bit. That upper tier week 1 really struggled. Have some losses and some painful moments, a little bit of struggles on defense at times. It'll be interesting to see how some of these teams rebound next week.
Well, I think the one that gets me is I know DJ Dota is going to be happy that he got a win. A win is a win is a win is what a coach will say.
Mike, I don't want to interrupt you here, but we got Rick Daly ready to call in, talk about some Lisbon football here.
Absolutely. We got him in. There he is.
Hey.
Talk about the atmosphere out at Lisbon tonight, Rick, because that had to be amazing.
I'll tell you what, it was a sight. The crowd was into it. The stadium was packed. They had the dedication for the new field tonight. Sorry, I'm not in the best of spots. I'm out here in the parking lot, but I mean, it's madness here. I mean, Lisbon come out pretty much firing on all cylinders. They got a little bit of a turnover problem, but they were able to overcome it. They seem like they might have themselves quite a 1-2 punch in the backfield with senior Hayden Colvin and my son, junior Austin Daly, because they were just running all over Wyndham tonight.
Well, and that's the one thing I know when a lot of us were looking at that game, we know Wyndham's usually pretty big up front, tough to play against. But I'll tell you what, I thought Lisbon did a really nice job up front on their own. I thought they controlled that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they were opening up holes, and Lisbon hasn't been a team in the recent years that could run the ball up the middle. And they were kind of doing that at will tonight with Hayden Colvin. He was more of the bruiser of the two, running up the middle, off guard, off tackle, and Austin Daly was more of the outside specialist using his speed. But yeah, I mean, they were opening up some decent sized holes, and even Trevor Sifke at times scrambling, and on a couple of the design runs that they had, they generated a good bit of rushing yards tonight.
Yeah, I think the other thing that's big, I think this is a good momentum boost for Lisbon. I don't think a lot of people thought that they were going to beat Wyndham, but boy, they came out, they click on all cylinders, and this is really something for this team to build on.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, sky's the limit for this team. I mean, watching them tonight, it looks like the only thing that can stop them is themselves. And there were times where it looked like, they started to run away with it, but they were making mistakes and allowing Wyndham to get back into the game.
You guys got something for Rick?
Yeah, I think so, Rick. So it seemed from, we're cutting in and out, but from here, it seemed like Lisbon really controlled the game. Obviously, the score maybe a little bit closer than Coach Aldermore would like out there. A couple big plays, couple mistakes, but how do you feel moving into next week? You feel like you dominated that one a little bit more than the score showed?
Yeah, I think that the score wasn't quite honest with how the game went. Lisbon gave up the opening second half kickoff. Wyndham ran back for a touchdown, so there's points there. But I mean, Lisbon really top to bottom, like I said, when they're not shooting themselves in the foot, their first drive, they're in the red zone. Trevor Sifke has the interception in the red zone that Wyndham takes over. They had a fumble. They had another interception. So they had some untimely turnovers that I think cost them some points. Otherwise, this score may have been a little bit higher than it actually was.
All right, man. We appreciate it. That was a fun game to watch. I hope you have several more of them this season, Rick.
Oh, absolutely. It was a blast to call.
All right. We appreciate it. We'll check in with you down the road.
All right. Take care, guys.
Thanks. So there you have it. We can tell you our last final of the night. Canfield, they do get the victory. They go to Beloit. That was a whale of a ball game, 35-31. That's one of them ones that stands out to me. And I was starting to talk right before Rick came on. Boardman, DJ Dota for 3 quarters was probably just ready to pull out any hair on his head. And we know that he doesn't have many. But that fourth quarter, they were just resilient. They just found a way to get the win. And I think that was big for them.
Absolutely. I mean, you're going against, obviously, Mooney. That alone is enough. I don't know how to answer a phone call. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
All right. So Brian says it's not hooked up. So that's good. No, it's okay. I don't know what I'm doing with that. So we'll leave it like
it's
this.
growing pains. Our week 1, right? We'll have it down.
But we'll let's zoom in on you first, obviously, Mike, so we can get some of that better, a little bit more full screen for now.
There we go.
But
I like that. I'm hiding.
Hide behind that ad right there.
There we go.
We'll let Brian screw around with that for a little bit. He's the wizard that all this can happen with. But
he is the master.
Like you said, I mean, Boardman, they did what they had to do. They executed. I mean, they were down 7-0 until probably midway through the fourth, I think it was.
Yeah.
Before they punched in on that, what was that, a 23-yard run or something like that, I believe. And then they get the field goal at the end there to keep that rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. And then let's talk Canfield West Branch. 35-31.
You want to hold it here for a second? Anthony Romo just popped in on the backside here.
Well,
Let
me hold that thought because I do like talking to Romo. He's a pretty good dude.
So he was out at the Fitch game for us, so we can talk that a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk a little Fitch first. There he is, smiling.
Made it home just in time.
We would have waited for you. You know that. I know you stopped at Chipotle first.
No, trust me, I couldn't get out of there. There's no lights back there in Fitch. I didn't know how to get out of the parking lot. That took me a few minutes to find the correct way to get out, but nonetheless, great night at Falcon Stadium.
Let me ask you this, because when we talked on the show today, when we were making our picks, they were saying they were the 9th best team in their state. They were that kid was every bit the size that we said he was.
Yeah.
I thought they would have gave Fitch a little bit more of a game. I was kind of surprised. If this is their 9th best team, how good is Fitch?
I think that if Fitch can stay healthy after watching them tonight, they can make one of the deepest runs of anyone we have here in the Valley. They have all you need in a football team. They have a dual threat quarterback in Deshaun Vaughn, who that was a big question mark, just like my game last night with Ursuline. We didn't know who Ursuline was going to throw out there at QB, or we didn't know how they were going to play. Same went with Fitch. You throw a guy like Deshaun Vaughn in the quarterback position after you graduate a guy like Devin Sherwood, who holds almost every passing record at Fitch. But Deshaun Vaughn, man, his first drive, Fitch started on their own 10-yard line. He marched them 90 yards down the field. Ended with a swing pass touchdown to DJ Williams. And I'll get to him in a second. But Jamel James, I mean, he's a workhorse at running back. He's a senior. Fitch has like that power and speed combo, Jamel James and DJ Williams. James gives you the power. He'll give you those 3, 4, 5-yard carries, lower the shoulder, march you down the field, and then you throw in a guy like DJ Williams. 3 touchdowns tonight, had the receiving touchdown from Vaughn, and then he had a rushing touchdown from, I believe, 41 yards out and one from like 21 yards out. He showed out here tonight. First game of his junior season. Who else? Brian Robinson on the defensive end. That's a guy that raised a lot of eyebrows in the offseason. A guy that, from what I heard, he had a big growth spurt. And when you hit a growth spurt going into your junior year, that also brings along 31 Division I offers. I mean, he's getting offered by Notre Dame, Michigan, Georgia, Texas A&M. He had about 3 or 4 sacks. He was in the backfield all night. I think if this Fitch team can stay healthy, sky's the limit.
Some of the plays they made, I know one of them we caught, that touchdown catch, which was also going to be defensive pass interference in the third quarter. That was amazing.
Yeah, my mind's a million places right now. I can't even remember the kid's name. I wish I could. He made an amazing catch. I don't remember. I know Jaden Ely had a touchdown catch. I don't know if that was his or if he had the one
That might be his, Roma. I think that's the one I'm talking about.
It was. Well, wait. Actually, I have a picture real quick. I can look that up.
Okay.
Real quick. It was Dom Perry. Dom Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something. It took me a second to get it in because that was far side of the field from where I was. But, I mean, what a catch. And you were talking about Foothill being the 9th best team in Nevada. Another night of a good team beating another good team, or I should say a great team beating a good team. That team has some potential. Their quarterback, Mason Dew, he was slinging it around. They did have a lot of miscommunication, though, so I don't know what the situation was there, if that was maybe his first game at starting quarterback. They had probably 5 or 6 incompletions that the guy had space, but his back was to the ball. He didn't know it was coming to him. That's a very good team. It was 14-10. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Foothill marched down the field. They were able to score a touchdown. Gave the ball back to Fitch, though, and this is really when the game changed. Fitch got the ball about 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Deshaun Vaughn scored a 6-yard touchdown run with 21 seconds left in the second quarter. And then Fitch got the ball to start the second half, and they gave Foothill 2 touchdowns before they could even really touch the ball again.
Yeah.
Then you're up 28-10. Then, high school football, you get down 3 scores, you're just taking shots. Foothill was trying to get over the top of the Fitch defense, couldn't do so, and then the Falcons ended up pulling away.
Yeah, big night out there, and it's a great way to start the season for Fitch. So we appreciate that. Great call. We enjoyed listening to you. We came to you as much as we could. When the game kind of started to get away, we're like, all right, that's all you get tonight. So
yeah, I got 2 of the biggest games in the Valley, and they were both running clocks.
Yeah.
So that was kind of tough. But
I don't think you were expecting that week 1, were you?
No, I was not. I mean, I'll tell you what, I am exhausted after these last 2 nights because that was my first time doing a game at Fitch, and we were about 650, and I still couldn't connect to their cameras. So I'm rushing. Brian was helping me out. It was just one little thing that I forgot to do. But, yeah, and another night of a lot of surprising scores around the Valley, too. The one that made me actually say, wow, out loud in my car was Lakeview LeBray.
Did I not tell you earlier today it was going to be Lakeview?
You did say that. That was you. I actually said, wow, when I got in my car. I haven't looked at any highlights of anything, but
don't worry. I missed a lot of other games, but I did get that one right.
Yeah, I dropped like 4 or 5 games this week, but hey, I mean, give it up to the kids. They proved us wrong.
They did, and that's what they're supposed to. So, hey, thanks, man. We're going to let you head on, get some sleep, and we'll get you recharged here for next week.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Some good football today.
Absolutely. There was some definitely good football. And now we'll talk a little bit Canfield West Branch.
Absolutely. I think Ty's going to be popping in here in a minute. He'd be ready to go to talk Waterloo United. So
yeah.
Let's talk Canfield a little bit and
we'll wait. Ty popped in.
Hey, it's your show,
Yeah.
It's whatever you want.
He waited till we said we were going to talk and then he popped in. So we'll let him come in.
So here we go with Ty.
Hi, Ty.
How we doing, boys?
We're good. How was your first night of football? That United team looked pretty good.
I tell you what, I don't think they missed a beat on defense from this United team we saw a year ago. I mean, clicking on all cylinders, and honestly, offensively, this team just looks so different from this Eagles team we saw a year ago. Here's a little nugget for you. Their receiving leader last year, 193 yards. Their receiving leader tonight in this game, Grant Knight, who was a quarterback for them last year, played his true position, a slot receiver, had a touchdown and 93 yards receiving tonight. So if that doesn't give you any indication that this is a different looking United team offensively than we've seen in years before, or since last year, I should say, since Ogilvy from 2 years ago, they're back. That passing attack is back right now for United. And I think that opening up of offensive prowess, I guess, from the Eagles right now, it's going to make them multidimensional going forward. I think it's going to make them dangerous.
I think the big thing that I noticed, you talked their defense, but when their offense was very opportunistic, they took advantage of every situation that was handed to them. But that comes from a very good coach that had them ready to go.
And you know what? There was 3 guys competing for a quarterback time going into the season, and all 3 of them got some snaps in Newburn, in Courtney, and even in the other Ogilvy too. All of them got some snaps under center, and they're just trying to, I guess, find along their way as they're going. But Courtney was the one I think that looked hands down one of the best too behind center. But the receiving attack and just their receivers, guys were putting it up. Nick Hargrove was a man amongst boys tonight. Two receiving touchdowns in that first half, had a fumble recovery that directly led to another touchdown for United. You want to talk about difference makers? I don't think you can look much further than Mr. Hargrove for the Eagles.
I think the other thing, anybody that's going to play United better know that defense it's going to be a 4-quarter war.
I was for sure, and I was looking on the other side too. This EOAC got really interesting between United and Southern a year ago, and I was checking out that Southern score, and that was one score too. You want to talk about eyebrow raising? I mean, I know both those programs, McDonald and Southern, good teams, but I did not expect Southern to introduce themselves to us on YSN like that. That was a heck of a game. EOAC is going to be very interesting as it winds down.
Things were dancing down at the Wigwam tonight. That was one thing we were joking about today, and everybody's like, no. It's like, and DJ called it out, and as soon as he got there, that was the picture we had in our group text, Wigwam Stadium. And if it comes down to them two again, that's going to be great for YSN, great for everybody involved.
Hanoverton and Salineville are just 2 crazy communities for their football and for their sports overall. So, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to complain about that too much. But like I say about all these conference leaders, right, it's United's conference until someone takes it from them. So Southern looks like they might be ready to answer the bell, but United's defense still looked really sharp tonight.
All right, man, Ty, we appreciate it. Thanks for calling in. We will talk to you down the road.
As always, Mike, thank you, sir.
You got it. All right, so good test for them to open. We'll see. There's a lot of football to be played yet, 9 weeks.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's a little early to crown somebody, but you can already see teams that, we're ready to head into the season.
Oh, for sure. I mean, United, the biggest thing that sticks out to me for United is their size. They got big kids on the line and all that stuff. And it seemed like today they used it very well against Waterloo.
Well, they did, and I'll give DJ Ogilvy all the credit in the world because he is a good coach.
Yes.
He, again, he's one of those guys that just does his homework. And the reason he's playing 3 quarterbacks, he needs one of them to just come out and, take control of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that the other 2 are not going to play.
No, absolutely not.
Well, I did see up there one of the guys put that we were all wrong on the Hubbard game. I took Hubbard. Just want to let you know, Bob.
I didn't pick, so I get
Yeah. Well, I know Quinn had Hubbard.
I didn't pick.
It was a mixture pick, but we, a couple of guys were sleeping on stuff and saying, hey.
We got a couple guys
it
over
could
here,
be.
Mike, doing some games. I think we might be able to get Anthony Malone to take my seat and talk about his game tonight.
Yeah, come on in, Anthony.
Not that he's social or anything. He won't be on camera, of course, but he can talk to Anthony Malone here. I'll step aside a little bit for this one.
There we go. See, we'll let anybody come in here. It's a big old fun time afterwards.
Gentlemen, how are you?
We're good. How are you tonight?
It was an interesting game down in Southern.
Yeah.
Seeing that team for the first time this year, I didn't see them that much last year, but I mean, there's a reason that 27 players are returning lettermen. It showed tonight. So
yeah, that offense.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and I know it's wing T, but boy, they run it to perfection, don't they?
And what makes it so interesting is how many different options they have at running back, and it doesn't matter. I mean, we were trying to talk about it at the end of the game about who would be the player of the game, and we're talking about a freshman when you had 5 other guys potentially score in the game. So they have a lot of depth to run the ball, and they have the offensive line to do it. And I mean, statement win in week 1. I mean, you really felt like the community wanted to mention like, this is our year. And that's always a good crowd to have on hand. Any time you're playing on a Friday night.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was quarterback, it was fullback, it was the wing, it was the running back. It was a sight to see from a running back. If you love run based football, which I grew up on, it was a clinic.
Oh, absolutely. I just need to know how long before you were at the stadium, DJ snapped a picture to prove everybody that it was the wigwam.
Oh, almost. It's my fault. It was almost instantaneous. As soon as I was walking up the entryway, that's where the sign is. And everyone started taking pictures of where they're standing in the football stadium. It was almost, let's give it a minute. We'll clock it in a minute.
I think the thing that shocked me though, McDonald, I don't want to say, but I think they're still a young team trying to find their way.
And that's 100% what it was. There wasn't huge miscues. There were turnovers and very blatant turnovers in the red zone, as you probably saw. Yeah. But with those red zone turnovers, those are some of that stuff's week 1, but a lot of what they were struggling with, to me, felt like at the offensive line, they were just having trouble with the scheme of the defense and trying to keep up with what they were trying to do on offense. And it just didn't work out for them.
Yeah. I was impressed, and I think as good as Southern's offense looked, their defense at times seemed to dominate from side to side.
And it wasn't always one person. Every single tackle took 4 or 5 guys, but that's because everyone was in the correct pursuit angle for the actual tackle available to them. So, yeah, it definitely showed for them. And it was, even because neither team was very big on the passing game, but getting that interception as soon as the ball went in the air, and that was Hafner again. And Hafner was able, as a freshman, to get an interception and make a big impact. The next play was a touchdown.
Well, when you talk about it, I know there's some veteran players on Southern.
Oh, yeah.
But when you get a freshman that walks in week 1
oh my gosh,
and makes an impact, now everybody can maybe take a sigh of relief because, we know this guy.
Yeah.
But we haven't played with him.
Sure.
Now they've played with him. It becomes a little more relaxing because they trust him.
Yeah. Yeah. And we saw him a little bit. It was kind of funny to see because they went into the mercy rule. They were trying to bring in some of the younger guys to play, and they they had to leave in Hefner because
he's a freshman.
That's what you naturally do. So getting that extra vote of confidence, I think, in week 1, I mean, that's a testament to Coach Rich Wright, who was willing to put him into that situation and see that he could thrive.
How about the numbers, though, at Southern? I can remember times when, from the 90s, the early 2000s, there was years they didn't know if they were going to have football.
That's correct. Yeah.
And now, all of a sudden, they've got some numbers.
Yeah. They have a quality team from varsity, and they have enough to have a reserve unit. I mean, when I was in high school, there was times that the reserve unit was on the field.
Yeah.
And that's just what they had from availability perspective. That's not the problem anymore. They can build off of practice and actually have full practices without any problem.
So that's perfect. All right, man. We appreciate you stopping in.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you're always welcome here. You know that. But great start for Southern and YSN.
Yeah. Great start for week 1 in high school. Some of the scores from around the area.
Any games surprise you tonight?
We were looking going into pick'ems and stuff. For me, I picked LeBray. I thought LeBray had the option to make a big impact there, and Lakeview proved me wrong. So I'll give full credit where credit's due for Lakeview. I think for a lot of us, the Fitch score was of interest.
Yeah.
Because it didn't have just a local feel to it; it had a state by state feel. There was a lot of great games, and then things kind of. I wondered how the first quarter would go for all games in a lot of ways. There were some close games, and then it felt like even with our game, it was 14-7 at halftime, and then it just took off from there.
Yeah.
So it's amazing what adjustments you can make at halftime across the state of Ohio.
I thought Canfield was way better in the second half. They just couldn't put the final nail in the coffin when they had the chance. Gave West Branch some life, but that was all they got.
Yeah.
They got close, but they didn't let them get any closer.
Yeah, that's the reason they were. That score, the way you saw it there, it was a lot of fun to just, for us, we're in the booth, but we get it. We get, the updates, and that was one that it was hard to not watch your
Yeah.
screen when you're focusing on a game.
Yeah, and I know we'll talk about that in a few minutes, but I still think the gutsiest call was they took a field goal off, took an untimed play, and got a touchdown. So instead of trailing by 2, they went in up by 2.
Yeah, that's a pretty that is gutsy as it can get, especially when you're playing a good team like West Branch and Canfield. For me, the one question I had, and we had this question when we were in the booth the whole time, we're not entirely sure why at one point in time McDonald just got the ball back. For some reason, there was a penalty in the middle of towards the fourth quarter, at the beginning of the fourth quarter. But for whatever reason, the McDonald received the ball back, and I'll be thinking about that probably for the next few weeks.
Yeah.
I still have no idea.
Why.
Yeah.
Hey, it's one of those mysteries. Well, we're going to let you go. We got more guys to bring in here. We have a guy that traveled with the East Liverpool Potters. Is he going to pop in? Talk to us?
We got Chris Sigler coming up here. He made the travel to Minerva, beautiful town of Minerva, as he's been having fun with that, of course. So we'll have him. We'll have him right now, I guess.
All right,
he's ready to go. So I think he's got some stats for you too.
Sweet. We like stats. All right, you were in here. You were playing gunner last night, and tonight you got to actually go out and gun some other things and watch a pretty good football game.
Got to make the trip to God's country.
Yeah, it's a good trip.
Stark County, all the way across Columbia County. And the Potters showed up tonight. They really did. And it's a young team, very young team. First-year head coach and Don Phillips, 30-year career in Pennsylvania, very experienced. 6 seniors on this Liverpool team. And the young kids came through. They really did. Gavin Wright, sophomore quarterback, 2 touchdown passes tonight. Had a really big 64-yard touchdown connection in that second half to really break the game open. Trent Davis was every bit the animal that people could watch him be tonight. Carried his team on his back. Junior running back, over 100 yards. Big touchdown in the second half. Big blocked punt in the second half led to a scoop and score. So this Potter team, they came alive in the second half, limited their mistakes. Coach Phillips, it seemed like he kind of held the playbook a little bit close to the vest early on, let these kids get comfortable, made a little bit of a mistake early on, a little muff punt. Minerva took advantage of it, jumped out in front 7-0, and that was it. The line play for the Potters was tremendous behind Mason Ludwig tonight. He and Tim Russell, the senior. They just really dictated everything in the trenches.
Well, it's one of them. I remember we were talking last night. We weren't quite sure what we would see out of East Liverpool coming into the season. We know they're young. We know there's not a lot of seniors. And it was one of them things like when it was 7-0, I thought, oh boy, here we go. But then all of a sudden they answered that bell and they never took their foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah. How much of a testament do you give to the coaching staff there coming in week 1? You're looking at mistakes week 1 all the time, and then with a young crew as well, just being able to take those things off the table.
It's everything because they had to replace all of their skill players. The quarterback transferred. 2-star running backs graduated. They graduated a 1,200-yard rusher last year, and to fill in that gap with sophomores and the junior and Davis in the backfield, you had a sophomore quarterback, another sophomore running back. You have a 6'4" tight end, by the way, in Deshaun Kirby that is going to be a force sophomore. So that coaching staff to just harness that emotion of these young players. And I heard something really great before the game on the field, talking to some coaches, that they make these kids pair up together when they're walking from practice, not allowed to walk by themselves. And you could see that on the field tonight. Somebody made a great play. There's Ludwig to give him 5 and pick him up. Davis is right there. They're really bought in to this team aspect. And I think they know it's going to take every single one of them to achieve their goal this year. And they're well on their way.
Yeah. I would like to know what he said to him in halftime because they finished.
Well, the line took over. Minerva couldn't stop them on that D line. Ludwig, Kirby was a force. Russell was a force. Minerva had no chance the rest of the game against that Potter front.
And it's great because it gives them something to build on. And a young team, a win like this means a lot.
And it does, because this is one of the first 3 games that they have on the road They got to go to Wintersville next week to play Indian Creek, which is always a tough game. Then they're going to Salem, and then hopefully they're going to go home and open up their new turf stadium against their arch rival Beaver Local. So tough stretch on the road. That's the stuff for anybody to start 3 straight weeks on the road is rough, and especially when you're laden with sophomores and juniors. I think they're well on their way right now.
They'll be battle tested by week 4.
Absolutely.
So, and you can't dial that up any better.
No, and I heard the talk earlier about the penalties and the cramping, and it happened there too. The cramping was pretty bad tonight on the Minerva side more than anything, and the penalties, a lot of false starts, delay a game penalties. Young quarterbacks, when you have young quarterbacks there, they don't pick up these play clocks. They're just out there and they're just looking at their coaches, and once they start getting this experience, they'll start taking control and realizing they got to hurry things up or use a timeout.
Well, and the thing that I noticed too, like last night, we kept saying it seemed like there was timeout after timeout after timeout. Tonight, I didn't notice it as much, but the thing that I did notice was several teammates rushed to other teammates when they were cramping before the staff could get out there. They helped them, they knew what was going on.
And, at one point in the game tonight, I noticed there was a Minerva player down and there was a Liverpool player there helping them out. So I noticed that right away. And you're absolutely right. There'd be 3 or 4 players around each other. And I think that's the one thing I think COVID did for all these teams that made these guys stick together. And a lot of them realize what they have and what they missed during that time.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
Can't wait till next week.
Yeah, week 2. And this is only week 1. We got 9 more weeks of this.
Absolutely.
This is going to be fun.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we put you back down in the gunner chair.
Got one more.
One more?
The legend himself, DJ, wants to come on. He's going to talk a little bit more. He was out there at Southern, and you know how he is. He's got every game on tap anyway. So
is he shotgunning that Bob?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Casual sipper.
Okay.
But I'll replace myself again.
You've been wanting to get out of that seat all night. All right. So you went to Southern.
I did.
We were right, by the way. Wigwam.
Wigwam all day, every day. A big sign as soon as you walk in. Anthony actually pointed out to me. I was like,
he told me it took a minute for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we're walking. But anytime you're in a new place, like that was our groundbreaking at Southern in Salineville, and anytime you're in a new place, you just kind of take in the scenes, and we didn't know where to park. The guy, nicest guy ever. He's like, okay, you cut right by the trailer, then you go find Kathy, and then she'll tell you where to park. Don't know, didn't see a trailer, and I don't know who Kathy is, so it was rough skating for me.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good. I mean, it really was. It was one of those things where, you look at it as, just another brick on that wall, man. Just another brick on that wall. And it was a special brick for them tonight with a 42-7 victory over McDonald.
Well, and Anthony said it was funny, and I commented on it. Okay, yes, the game did get out of hand. We know McDonald is still finding their way. They're a young team.
Yep.
We do know there's veterans, but there was a freshman for Southern that stepped up.
Landon Hefner? Hefner's his last time. I think it's Landon.
He had a pick. I believe he rushed one in.
Yeah.
And can you imagine what he was like before the game? Because if you're a freshman at Southern, there's a chance you're going to see the field.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Imagine now the respect he earned tonight from them upperclassmen.
I just can't imagine what that looks like for that young man. I mean, we talked about it, from our standpoint. Wednesday night going into Thursday, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep last night knowing what was going on tonight. And, for a varsity athlete, especially a first-time varsity athlete, that kid's going to sleep like a baby tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't slept in 24 hours.
No way.
And,
no chance.
He catnapped. He got 5 minutes here and then I got to be ready. I got to be ready. This is my assignment here. And under Rich Wright, you have to do your assignments.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's no ands, ifs, or buts. And he's been around a long time. And I'm just glad that Southern Local is part of YSN.
I know. It's exciting. It's one of the ones that we've wanted for a long time. So much so that it's been on our wall for 2 years, and it's one of those that you see what you got. It's not your grandfather's Southern Local. This is a new brand of football, and Rich is doing a great job over there and identifying, his players. And these guys, Mike, they could be really good. This is a D7 team where, Southern is believing. They said this might be our best team we've had in a long, long time. And I don't have any doubts after watching them tonight that this could be a special team.
All right. I know you were listening. I know you were watching scores.
Yep.
Tell me a game that surprised you. Tell me a game that disappointed you.
Surprised me, Fitch, and how they handled their business. And I think that's everybody's kind of alluded to that. The Canfield West Branch game, I think we all thought that it would be that game, but I'll be honest, I didn't. I thought, I saw West Branch in their scrimmage, and I thought maybe, the jig is up. They lost too much, and, they didn't. They hung in there with Canfield, which is number one on our power rankings, and there's going to be teams in that power ranking, man, that go up and teams that go down. But I don't think you can take Canfield off that top spot.
Yeah.
I really don't. I think they proved themselves tonight.
I think Mike Pavlansky's adjustments at halftime made all the difference. But I also think his gutsy call, they took a field goal off because of roughing the kicker. And an untimed down, they go for it. Instead of going in halftime down 19-17.
Yeah.
They go in up 21-19.
I
Not a lot of coaches will take those points off the board. And I don't ever remember him gambling like that. But, boy, that was the right call.
think he knows he's got a special team.
Yeah.
And when if you're not going to do it now, when are you going to do it?
Well, I'm standing there and, it caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Because that's not the Pav I know.
Sure.
But, like you just said, special team. They blocked this play so well. Walked into the end zone.
Wow.
He was not touched. And I was like, okay.
I think West Branch also got a lot of credibility tonight.
They do.
Because,
there's a chance for West Branch. This might be their only loss. I know it's early.
Sure.
And I know I just said a big statement.
Sure.
But I left that game impressed. And it's one of them games we had it up there. And my eyes kept going to it because the first half was a slugfest.
Yeah.
You score, we score. Oh, we'll take it back.
Canfield had the lead at halftime by what, 2? Something like that?
21-19.
Yeah.
And then they come out and all of a sudden it's bang, it's 35-19. And then what? I'm like, all right. And they had a chance to put the nail in the coffin, and West Branch's defense stood tall. Credit where credit is due. And then they answered with another touchdown, and all of a sudden you got another game.
So as far as games that surprised me, you asked that as well. My Bulldogs, they had a lead at one point, I was told. It's little things right now, right? It's little things to fix big problems. And, for them to, I don't know, what was the final on that one?
Here, I got it. Give me a second because I have
That's
old
fine, I'm
eyes.
sorry. But even still, it's one of those situations.
31-14.
That's respectable.
It is. And you know what's really respectable? Go back and look at how many games over the past 3 years. There's been a running clock starting the second half.
Yeah.
They played an entire game tonight. Like you said, baby steps.
Yep. You got to start somewhere. And that, a pleasant surprise. In my heart of hearts, I wanted them to win. But in my heart of hearts, you're like, okay, just advance the football, And I think Michael Dempster is going to do a good job. I thought Tony did a good job. But I think, a shot in the arm for some of these kids sometimes is good. Now, you've got to take this and run with it, right? You've got to take that and move it forward 10 more yards when you play next week and the week after. And then, when you get to a conference, when you get to a Latonia, you got to win those games.
Yeah.
You got to win those games. We saw Lisbon's for real. I don't think anybody took Lisbon in our picks.
We all have egg on our face.
Yeah, and good for Lisbon.
Yeah.
Good for Lisbon. And those picks are for fun. I think that's the best part about it is people take them personal. Those picks are for fun.
Yeah.
It's not personal at all. And I'm excited whenever teams tell us, told you so. They're high school kids.
Yeah.
They're coaches. And you picked against us. I didn't. You proved me wrong. Good job.
I 1 year, this is funny. I picked against Canfield back when in the Vindicator. It was up there. And it was on locker room, and I had to go to Canfield week 2, and Pav's standing there waiting. He's got the paper, and he says, you got to do me a favor. I says, all right, what? Pick against us every week. He says, are you too serious? You want to win this? I says, You need a favor? I got you.
Cashed it in.
And every week he said he posts and he goes, Mike doesn't believe in us. Mike doesn't,
Oh,
and
gosh.
I laughed and I did it for him. And at the end of the year, we had lunch and stuff. And he looked at me, he says, I had kids actually mad at you. He says,
that's my
he
biggest
goes,
fear.
they were so fired up at you. And he said, I forget who they played. Somebody was not good. And he looked at them and he goes, and the kid goes, he's got an axe to grind against us, doesn't he?
See, you gave 28 minus 1 a fan forever with that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's fun for me. I
It
really
is.
do believe. I always said we're not picking, we're not ranking, we're not doing any of that stuff until I realized that the kids like it.
Yeah.
The kids enjoy it. It's. Did you see Radar?
Radar.
I told him, by the way, he called in, and I told him that he was suspended for 3 weeks. Radar says the big stinker of the week, give it to Brookfield. See, like you can't. Brookfield had a tall task.
They did. And you know what? They'll learn from that. It'll actually make them better. I know a lot of people say, oh, you didn't. It will make them better because they stepped up to play an upper level team. I don't care.
D6 against D3?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say they laid an egg. You can't. I just don't see it that way.
Yeah. And I know a lot of us today, I was one of them that went Lakeview. I was impressed. That ended a 16-game regular season losing streak.
Lakeview won?
They beat LeBray.
They didn't just win, guys.
Yeah. Would you like to hear the
gave it to
final?
them.
Yeah, I'm empty on finals here. We were
It
in no man's land.
is 34-7.
Good for Lakeview.
34-7. I mean, kudos to them. They needed that win.
Yep.
That is monumental for that program right
Good
now.
for them. That's huge.
It
really is big.
And Boardman, 10 points in the fourth quarter. A defensive slugfest with Mooney. And things were not looking good. They were turned away a couple times out of the red zone on fourth down.
Well, DJ Doda plays all 4 quarters.
Yeah.
His kids will play all 4 quarters.
Well, I made this statement, and he might get me on this when I said he was pulling every hair that was left on that head. And there's not many.
Why are you going to be like that, man? I mean, why are we going to bring that in the George Costanzas?
But they found a way to win a game
that's important.
Did not look good for them.
As a young team.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing is find a way to win. Yeah. Compete. So,
and Valley Christian was everything we thought they'd be. Holy cow. 47-7.
Cold-blooded.
They're cold-blooded.
War Eagle. We gotta bounce out of here, man, because our friends over 21.
They are. They're going to be on in like 2 minutes. So let me give the scores real quick, and we're out of here. It's Indian Valley over Beaver Local 41-20. Boardman 10-7 over Cardinal Mooney. Canfield in a good game 35-31. Cardinal losing to Garfield 40-12. It is Columbiana falling to Lowville 55-14. Hubbard over East 28-8. East Liverpool goes on the road, beats Minerva 44-7. Streetsboro, they got the table turned on them tonight. Girard gets revenge for last year 42-24. Jefferson all over Grand Valley 66-27. Fitch beating Foothill 42-10. Lakeview 34-7 over LeBray. Western Reserve 41-20 over Liberty. It is Malvern 31-14 over East Palestine. Southern over McDonald 42-7. Middle Ridge falling to Pie Valley Middle Ridge winning that one 41-8 over Pie Valley. I'm sorry, Rams fans. Struthers all over St. Thomas tonight 49-6. And Steubenville shut out Louisville 21-0. Valley Christian 47-7 over Camel. Warren JFK 44-14 over Champion. They did not miss a beat. Wyndham losing to Lisbon 40-25. And United 28-7 over Waterloo. There's your scores. Week 1 is in the books. What a week it was. We had some pretty good games. Wait till week 2. Get those seatbelts on, folks, because it is going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, don't forget, tomorrow we got volleyball and soccer all over the network.
There you go.
Yeah, we're excited.
And don't forget, folks, seriously, all week long, tune in. We got coaches' corners. We've got player profiles. You want to see that. We're going to have volleyball, soccer all week long. The Running Points on, the Casual Guy show. Yep. We got it all here at YSN. We're here for you. We love y'all. We appreciate you tuning in. We will see you next week for week number 2 of high school football season.
YSN thanks you for watching this